All right, who's here tonight? All right. Jim, Double J, Mata River, Joey V, Jim, Sargent, Peta, Joey V, Abu Lail, AJ, Bert Peterson, Bertram, Ken McKee, good evening. Uh-oh, no glasses. Gotta get my glasses. Glasses. Oh, this is gonna suck. Almost like that. Alrighty. Got my glasses. Let's get the ball rolling. Mohammed, Nick, self-motivated, Steve Chance, Alex, Thawkins, Gary, Nepali, Gafati, Riley, good evening, sir. Maximilian, John Lindsay, good evening. Phil, Taco Eater, Supersonic Toad, BP, Paul, what's happening? Tom, good evening. Who's here tonight? Up, down, trader, what's going on? Ready to moderate if need. Okay, cool beans. Hold 1 second. I'm going to switch you to moderator. If anyone says something stupid, just get rid of them. There you go. You are officially the moderator. Anybody says anything weird or stupid, just delete them. Don't even want to deal with it. Okay? Thanks. Cool beans. First time live viewer, AMX. How are you today? All right, what do we got? Okay, live. I think we got it all. Bill, Tony, what's going on? Brian, Riley, good evening. John, Phil, Dave, Alyssa, good evening. SB 1981, back in the house. Bill, Raul, good evening. Alrighty. Let's get the ball rolling. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. What I am looking for is a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, I know a lot of you thinking that 1% a week is not a lot, and you're absolutely 100% right. And if you think 1% per week is not right, you are probably in the wrong place. Now, I don't say that to be a negative. I had a different choice of words. I'm not saying that to be difficult or to be unwelcoming. I'm saying that to try to save you some time. Because what I'm looking for here is to grow my wealth slowly and safely with the focus on weekly income. Now, weekly income, well, I need a dividend stock to do that. The only reason I like dividend stocks over the other stocks is because they share their profits. Simple as that. Not only are they sharing their profits, but by sharing their profits, it allows us to see when they are going to pay their dividend. And usually, let me share something with you. Let's get this over to here. Let's get this over to here. All right, not now. We don't need that. JM, Nikki, how you guys doing? So this behind me is what is called an ex-dividend calendar. It basically tells me what stocks are paying their dividend and when. Okay, now we all know that there's three months in each quarter, and there's 4 quarters in the year. January, February, March is the first quarter. April, May, June, second quarter. July, August, September, third quarter. October, November, December, fourth quarter. 4 quarters. There's 10,688 different companies. I check every single week to see how many new companies they've added. So this week, 10,688 companies to choose from. So how do you choose which stocks you like? For me, it's a dividend stock. Specifically, a dividend stock that is consistently profitable. When I say consistently profitable, I mean at least, bare minimum, 2 decades of profits. That's 20 years. 20 years of profits for some companies that I want to invest my money into. Because me, personally, I think it's safe and it's predictable. because I want to see the same thing happen over and over again. So let's get back to the calendar for a second. Remember I told you I like dividend stocks because they are predictable and they do the same things over and over and over again? 4 quarters. Most of the companies we're looking at pay a dividend once every 90 days or once per quarter. First, second, third, fourth quarter, 4 quarters. 4 times a year, most companies pay a dividend. Some pay once a year. Some pay twice a year. Some pay 12 times a year, once a month. So I like the fact that they share their profit. That's number one. Now, when they're telling us they're having their dividend, which is represented by these little green dots on this calendar, before I go on any further, if you didn't know, the screen behind me is live on YouTube. So you can literally go and sit in front of your big screen TV and see all these little tiny numbers that you probably can't see on your phone or your tablet. But it is live and it is being currently recorded. And no, this is not a recording. As of, wait a minute, 9:12 p.m. 12, which is December 2, which is the second day of December in 2025. So if you are listening to this or watching this anytime other than December 2nd at 9:12 p.m., well, it's a recording. But as of this moment, it's live. So if I say something witty and interesting and you need to watch it again, just go to YouTube, rewatch it, same thing. Now, I'm streaming on 9 different platforms. I want to share the information. And no, I'm not trying to sell you anything. So if you're thinking of whatever you want to say that's not nice or not happy, just keep it to yourself. Okay, we're all adults here. Let's try to be courteous to everybody here. Okay, you're not the only person here wanting to learn. So do your fellow brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, whatever, your other fellow humans. There you go, that's better. Your fellow humans, be courteous. Ask good quality questions to be helpful. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the floor. You guys are going to suggest stocks for me to take a look at. Now, I'm just going to run them through the mill, see what I think of them. And remember, it's just my opinion. That's all it is. I don't give tips. I don't give advice. I give little advice. I don't tell people what to buy, what to sell. I don't do that. I ask tougher questions like, does that make sense? Is that something you really want to do? Hell no. Juan, weren't you just listening to me? Seriously, Juan. Q. All right, hold on. KJ Ripa, hold that thought. He wants to take a look at Starbucks, but Juan was first. So Juan Morales wants to take a look at the Qs. Now, Juan, you're relatively new here. When I say I don't like companies or stocks or even indices that are not consistently profitable, let me show you. Let's go here. Let's put in the Qs because Juan wants to take a look at the Qs for some strange reason. Q. Here we go. Now, Juan, I don't like the Qs. I don't invest in the Qs, and there is a good reason why. Let me show you why I don't invest in the Qs. Tech Ken, what's happening? How you doing? Okay, so Juan, here we go. Whoops, move that out of the way. Invesco QQQ Trust. Q, what you want to look at? $622 per share. $622 per share. One, let me show you why I don't like it. Now, the Qs do pay a dividend. Now, when I say 2 decades, Juan, 2 decades was 2005. So let's rewind the clock for a bit. Feels illegal, but isn't. Thank you. So let's rewind back a little bit. Let's take a look at the Qs and see, are they consistently profitable? Meaning, the profits that they share, are they increasing year after year after year after year? That's what I'm looking for, Juan. And the Qs don't do that. So 20 years ago today was 2005. So let's turn back the clock a little bit, go all the way back to 2005. What I'm looking at here is Yahoo Finance. Now, you can get your financial information anywhere. Get it from the Wall Street Journal, the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, Investors Business Daily, Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, almost any, there's a lot of places you can get financial information. But where I'm looking at Yahoo Finance. More specifically, I'm looking into the data stream. If you don't know what the data stream is, well, the data stream goes back all the way back to the beginning of whatever stock it is. Here, we're going all the way back to December 24th, 2003. That was 23 years ago, 22 years ago. So let's see how profitable the Qs have been. Do they increase every single year? Let's go to the numbers a little bit. Okay, 2005, 3.5. See that one? 3.5. Second one, 10 cents. Okay, so it's 3.5. Now it's at 10. Then it dropped to 2.9. Okay, so work with me here for the numbers for a second. One, okay? From 3.5 to 10.1 is a 300% increase. You should be jumping for joy for that. 300% increase. However, we go from a 300% increase to a 70% drop. Okay, jumps up 300%, drops 70%. That doesn't thrill me. However, higher, lower, 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 higher, lower, higher. Do you see what I'm looking at here, Juan? Higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, higher, lower, lower, higher. 7.3, where was it right there? 5, lower, higher, 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 lower, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, higher, higher. Higher, lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, lower. Do you see what's happening, Juan? It's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. It's not consistently profitable. When I say consistently profitable, I mean more money this year than last year. More money last year than the year before. The Qs just don't do it. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It just doesn't ring for me. And at $600 per share, well, let's see what the rate of return is. Okay, you do know what the rate of return is, right? The yield. You put in X amount of dollars, $622 per share. Okay, what is the overall rate of return? Juan, are you seeing this? 0.47. So 0.47 is not even 0.5% for the year, Juan. 0.5% for the year. How can you possibly tell me that's good? No, I don't like the Qs. The numbers just ain't profitable. All righty, let's get out of that. All right, so we're saying no to the Qs. Terribly sorry, dude. I just don't like them. Okay, something that's like 0.5%. Why the hell would I want to do that? But like I say, you want to take a look? We'll take a look. Okay. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at the motion. Down, up, down, up. Okay, fine. Let's move into the last 30 days. Here we go. 30 days ago, here's your bottom. Now we're here, 622. Now you do realize 1% of 622 is $6.22. What's the premiums? What are they paying? Okay, 5. What the hell am I got? 5. Okay. So here's a problem I'm having, Juan. Are you ready? The current price, 623. The 623s are going for 350. That's 0.5%. Why the hell would I do that? 0.5% doesn't thrill me at all. So no. I'm so old, Peter McCall. Okay, fine. But nice. Thank you. All right. La, 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 la. There we go. One. Okay. David Hook. Bolan. Good evening. Peter McCall. Good evening. Captain 79. What's going on? Calvin. Good evening. B Provision. Okay. AGB3KO. No idea what that means. Peter. How you doing? Joaquin. Good evening. Robin. Fly Guy. Good evening. Uh-oh. The HC, I can't even read that, but let's take a look at Comcast. Give me a minute. I was born in 2005. Alrighty then. So KJ Ripper wants to look at Starbuckies. So let's take a look at Starbucks. Okay, Q's were no. SBUX. Here we go. Top, bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, sideways. 82, 85, 20. The 85s are going for 101. Well, that's a yes. But there's a challenge here. Here's the challenge. 5 December is only 3 days away. Now, when I do options, I like to do them on Monday morning. Because on Monday morning, I get 5 days of time premium. Okay? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, Monday's gone. We just lost 20%. Tuesday's gone. Now we're down 40%. So we only got 60% left to go. So we're going to take a look at this week's options and next week's options to see which one works better. More than likely, I'd probably go with next week's option. Give me a little bit more money. So let's take a look. Starbucks, 85.20. It doesn't look that good. Here's our last 90 days. The last 90 days is the last 3 months. It allows me to see what is the pattern of the buying and selling. Because we are the buyers and we are the sellers. So we do the buying and the selling. We create this mess. We do that. Okay? Here's the high. Here's your low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at the motion. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So not this week for Starbucks, but Starbucks should be nicely positioned for next week. So I'm going to write down for next week. SBUX. All right, not this week. Sorry, dude. Okay, Ripper, we looked at that one. It's a no. Okay, Juan. Didn't mean to call you out, brother, but okay. But thank you. All right, you're welcome. Charlie, how you doing? Pool, Alex, Lozano, how are you? Yeah, Peter, I'm so old. All right. Yikes. Yep. Thank you. You're welcome. See, now, Juan, I appreciate you being here. I love the fact that you're actually interacting, asking questions, answering. Great. Awesome. The only thing I'm trying to do here, I'm not trying to make you feel bad or anything. I'm just trying to open your eyes to see what the possibilities are. Because you have everything you need at your fingertips. You just got to be guided where to look and what to look for. That's all. Now, I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. Yeah, we're all adults. We know how it works. Yeah, I have stuff to sell, but I'm not going to try to sell you anything. That's the way it differs. Let's stop for a second. Paul, what state is your corporation in, and do you have to pay a registered agent? Yes, I do have to pay a registered agent. My corporation is incorporated in the state of Delaware. No corporate taxes. Yay! So I like that idea. That being said, let's keep on moving on. Obi-Wan, how are you today? KJ Ripper, you like it? Okay. Junior, what's going on? Where do we are? Right there. And I'm trying to answer all these questions as best I can. Mo wants to take a look at B. To be 100% honest with you, I have no idea who B is, and it's a no. I don't ever buy anything at the high of the year. It just doesn't make sense. Sorry, Mo. Prime, how are you doing? Dub Sprite, how are you? SB 1981 wants to take a look at Oracle. Hey, Dr. Dev, how are you today? Let's take a gander at Oracle. I think I bought some Oracle the other day. It's weird that I say I think I did. Only because I got 7 accounts. I share 3 of them publicly. And no, I don't remember everything that I own. Sorry, just got too much going on. Pick 205 New York. What are my thoughts on MSTY? Holy crap. Hold on, we'll get to that in a minute. Here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. Here's where we were a year ago. Here's where we are now. Look at the motion. Down. Here's the bottom. Up. Here's the top. Back down. There's the retracement. Now it's bouncing off of that. Okay, great. What's the last 90 days? Okay, same thing. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at the motion. Down, sideways, down, sideways. We're at 201. All right. So we're currently sitting at 201. 200 is going for 465. But I'm going to do the 202s. They're going for 340. That kind of makes sense. If you like Oracle. Well, look at the last 30 days. Where are we? Okay, here's our last 30 days. Here's the high. Here's the low. Look at the motion. Down, up, down, up. Okay, great. The current price, 201.89. That's the after hours price. So if I do the 201.89, the 202s are going for 340. Well, let's see what that one looks like. Okay, let's do this. Let's get rid of this. We're going to do the 202s. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with what I do what's called a covered call. A covered call is a simple, safe, predictable trading strategy. There are literally dozens of trading strategies. I always suggest people perfect one first. Find one. Pick one trading strategy that you work and just do that one until you perfect it. Then look at the other one. What am I talking about? Well, we all know what buying and selling stocks are. You buy it, you sell it. Buy low, sell high. We all know that. But here, we're actually implementing stock options. Now, a lot of you might shy away from stock options because you think that they are risky. No, they're really not. You have to know what you're doing. That's like I would never go into a dentist office and say, hey, push aside, let me do this. No, it's not my expertise. I have no idea what that means. That's like I wouldn't go into a restaurant, push the cook out of the way, say, hey, let me do it. It's not my expertise. Okay? Almost everything has an expertise. Trading stocks has an expertise. Option has an expertise. Once you understand, it's really not that difficult. It's like driving a car. No, not like driving an automatic. It's like driving a stick shift. Some of you probably don't know how to do it. A lot of you probably don't know how to do it. But once you learn, you don't have to ever worry about it ever again. Well, it's a wonderful thing if you think about it. Okay. Oracle yesterday bought 100. Woohoo! Way to go, Eric. So where are we? We're still on Oracle. Okay, so when I say pick one trading strategy, look at what we got. We got single, vertical, back ratio, calendar, diagonal, straddle, strangle, covered, synthetic, collar, butterfly, condor, iron condor, vertical roll, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Many trading strategies out there. I always tell people, find one, perfect it, stick with it until you get it right, then add another one. But always keep in mind, with more risk comes more reward. This here, the covered call, which is what I'm about to share with you, is a simple, safe strategy. It is so simple and so safe that the federal government allows you to do it in your IRA. Most of the stuff you can't do. You can't do verticals. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do any of them except for this one in your IRA. That's it. It's simple, safe, predictable, and consistent. Let me show you. Okay? Now, when I say simple, the easiest trading strategy is, of course, just buying the stock. But there's a major flaw with that. Once you buy a stock, great, you own it, you can do whatever you want with it. How do you make money? You have to wait for the stock to go up. Well, what if you could buy the stock, sell it at the exact same time, and make your profit regardless if it moves or not. Think about it. If I like the stock, I can buy it and sell it at the exact same time, make a profit, and the stock doesn't have to move at all. What's wrong with that idea? If I get 1% every single week, that's over 50% per year. I'm pretty much okay with a 50% return per year. That's my goal. Let's see what we got. So we're looking at Oracle, the current price right now, 201.89. So tomorrow morning, if I buy it at 201.89, I can turn around and sell it for 202.50 and make a nice little profit. So let's take a look. Let's do just one contract so you get an idea of what it looks like. Market, here we go, and there we go. Okay, so here is the order, what it looks like and what it should sound like. Buy one covered call of Oracle. Basically, a covered call is I'm buying the stock, and then I'm turning around and selling somebody the right to buy it from me at the exact same price or close to the exact same price that I paid for it. So if I buy it at 201.88, I can sell it at 202, pick up $422. Whether the stock moves or not, I still collect that money. So if the stock is above 202.50 by this Friday, somebody's going to take it away from me at 202.50. I'm perfectly okay with that because I'm making $422 for each and every contract that I buy and sell. Okay. Also, the difference between the purchase price, 201.88, that's the current purchase price, and the sale price, 202.50, that's a 62-cent difference, which means I get an additional 62 cents per share. So it's just more money. That's all that means. I missed some of these questions. House money, how are you today? Okay, Mo, B, yeah, all right. I'm going to pause it right here for a second. I want to take a look at some more of these questions. Eric, Oracle, yes, they got 100. Okay, PJC 205 New York. I'm going to give you my thoughts on MSTY just in a little bit. Let's finish up with this one. All right, so here's my profit. Here's my investment. What's my rate of return for the next 3 days? If I buy it tomorrow morning, sell it, and get rid of it on Friday, what's my rate of return? Well, let's find out. Calculator. First thing we want to do is put the profit in. The profit is 422. Okay, it tells you right here. Okay, now remember when I said simple, safe, predictable, consistent? Okay, simple is one of the easiest strategies there is. It's just a covered call. You're buying stock, you're selling the option at the current price that I just paid for it, or close to it. All right. Profit, max profit right there. When I said predictable, remember, simple, safe, predictable, I know what my profit's going to be before I even do it. Now, the consistent part comes in when it's a weekly option, not a monthly option. There is a difference between a monthly option and a weekly option. See, a monthly option, you can only do it once a month, which means I can get 12 to 24% for the year. Okay, that might not be that bad, but look at the weekly option. It's 52 weeks, which means I can do it 52 times in a year. That's over 50% per year. Why the hell not? Let's keep on going. So you take the profit, you divide it by the investment, 19,000. What is it coming up with? Now, don't get all panicky thinking, oh, it's a lot. No, it's not. 19,828 comes to a grand total of 2.1%. Now, think about it. Expand your mind for a bit and think about this. If 1% every single week, there's 52 weeks in a year, 1% a week, that's over 50%. When is the last time you got 50% return on your money? And I'm terribly sorry after you have to put some time and effort into it. Horrible. Horrible. You got to put some time and effort to get a 50% return. Okay. I'm going to save this one. Okay, there we go. All right, so I do like Oracle. I do own some Oracle. So let's do this. Come on. When I come up 2.1, okay, here it is right here. All right, you should be able to see that, right? Oracle, 5 December. That means the option that I am selling is going to expire this coming Friday. So whoever buys it from me has between tomorrow morning when I sell the option and Friday afternoon at 3:59 p.m. Then their option expires. So the 202.50 call option, here's my profit, 422, here's my investment. Now, people get a little squeamish when you're talking about investments. Well, you need to invest money in order to get a return on your money. Think of it this way. If it was a piece of real estate, let's say you buy the house next door, $300,000-$400,000. The average price nowadays is $400,000. So you put $400,000 in and you get a monthly rate of return, okay, for real estate. If you have a car or a boat and you rent that out, well, you get whatever rate of return that is. But you're always putting some money into it to get a rate of return. Now, when you get to my age, in your 60s, you got two choices. One, you can give up accountability, say, hey, I don't want to do it, you do it. Give your money to someone else, a money manager, financial advisor, someone. They'll take care of it for you. They'll take their cut, and you get whatever's left. Or you can take accountability for your own money and invest your own money yourself. It's not that difficult. The trading strategy I'm going to share with you was specifically created for my nine-year-old daughter back in 2008. She came up to me one night and said, Daddy, what are you doing? Because I trade every single day. So at some point in time, my daughter says, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So my 9-year-old daughter wanted to learn how to invest in the stock market. Got a minor problem with that. I'm supposed to teach a 9-year-old something that most adults can't grasp or don't understand. So, 5 criteria: simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. That's the 5 criteria I had to come up with. Number 5 always gets people. What do you mean, no way to lose? Now, let me explain what I mean by no way to lose. Who says this one? Jack McGratch. Okay. Thank you for your input. Thank you. So the thing is, for a 9-year-old, it's got to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. Now, what I mean by no way to lose is when I'm talking about a company such as Coca-Cola, Pepsi, General Motors, Ford, Harley-Davidson, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, companies that have been in business for over 100 years. That's a century. Companies been in business for 100 years. Do you really, honestly, do you think Coca-Cola is going to disappear? Hell no, it's been around since I was a kid. It will most likely be here when I'm gone. That's what I mean by no way to lose. Also, what do I mean by no way to lose? If you buy something, let's say IBM at $100. If you sell it for 98 or 80 or 60 or 50, that's your own damn fault. Until you decide consciously to take the loss, you never lose. Okay? Even if the value goes from 100 down to 5, you still own it. Now, when I say a covered call, it means I own a cash producing asset. 100 shares equals 1 contract. If I buy that asset for $100 and now it's at $5, did I lose? No, because I still have 1 contract. So whether I bought the contract at $100 or $5 is irrelevant. One contract is one contract. People have a hard time grasping that. Now, yeah, the stock price goes up and down, but if I have 3 contracts, I have 3, regardless of what the price is. Okay, if I have 10 contracts, regardless what the price is, up, down, sideways, doesn't matter. 1 contract, 5 contracts, 10 contracts. Cash, weekly cash producing asset. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So 2.1%, I'm pretty much okay with it. First one of the day, 2.1. Whoops. 2.1%. Yay! All right. Let's find another one. Lyft. Lyft hasn't been around for 20 years, and I don't even think they have dividends. Stick. And if the price drops. I love this question. I get it every single day. Every single day, there's always someone who thinks, for some strange reason, that stocks only go up. Stick. You're asking, and if the price drops, they all drop. Stocks do 2 things and only 2 things. 2. 1, 2. They only do 2 things. They go up, they go down. That's it. That's all. Let's go back to here. All right, Stick, are you ready for this? Let's open this up a little bit better so you can see a little bit clearer. All right, Stick, check this out. Up, down, 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 up. I can do this all day long. That's all they do. They go up, they go down. That's it. You buy 1 contract, you own that contract. Whether I buy the contract at 340 or whether I buy it at 120, I have 1 contract. What is 1 contract going for? Well, we have 3 opportunities for a contract. Okay, let's open this up a little bit more. 3 opportunities with a contract. In the money, at the money, out of the money. That's it. They go up, they go down, you get 3 opportunities. In the money, at the money, out of the money. That's it. I have 3 contracts. Regardless of what I paid for it, I have the opportunity to sell at the money, out of the money, or in the money. It all comes down to a mathematical equation. What did I buy it for? What did I sell it for? Where's it at now? Where's it going? All the same, week after week after week. And if you think you're going to buy something that does nothing but going up, someone's been lying to you. Okay, you're living in a cloud. It doesn't happen that way. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Your job, if this is what you want to do, is to watch what it does when it does it. Okay? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Jump in on the right time. You go to the fair or the carnival. You jump on the merry-go-round. Does it really matter where you jump on the merry-go-round or where you get off? No. You jump on, you take your ride, you go home. That's it. Same thing with the stock market. When it drops, you buy. When it goes up, you sell. It's actually that simple. Why people make it more complicated is beyond me. The trading strategy I'm showing you, giving to you for free. I'm not asking for anything. Created for a 9-year-old. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. I don't know why people want to make it complicated. And it's adults. Children get it easily. It took my daughter 15 minutes to understand the whole thing. The 5 rules, okay? Remember the criteria? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. 5 criteria. Well, it came with 5 rules. Rule 1, never buy something you don't want to hold on to long term. Rule 2, stick. This is for you specifically. Rule 2, never sell at a loss. Rule 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. And it's not that difficult to find out. Go take a look at the 20 years of, quarterly reports, annual reports. Or you can go directly to the dividend. If the profits increase, so do the dividends. If the profits decrease, so do the dividends. 5 rules. Never buy something you don't want to own. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's profitable. Weekly options only. And 5, make sure all the numbers work in your favor. What are those? What am I buying it for? What am I selling? What am I collecting? Is that more than the 1% that I'm looking for? Then, is it the right time to buy? I don't buy at the high, so that's a hell no. Right there. High, up, down, bottom. Now she's going up. Buy at the low. Buy low, sell high. That's all stocks do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. That's it. Let's take a look. PJC 205 New York. You want my opinion on MSTY? I don't think you really do. I honestly don't think you do. Here it comes. You ready? All right. MSTY. And you're probably asking yourself, why did I go to Yahoo Finance and not to the what do you call it? The trading chart. Well, because I wanted to show you something. PJC. Now, this is your Yield Max MSTR option income strategy ETF MSTY. Okay, let's see how profitable this thing is. First of all, number one, it only goes back to April 2024, which means this thing is not even 2 years old. Do you hear that, PJC? Not even 2 years old. Let's look at the numbers. 412, that's the very first dividend. Now, this right here should be a red flag. If the very first dividend is 412, the second dividend is 250. Okay, that is, what is that, 45% decrease? 45% decrease. Very first one. Okay, 252, 3. 233, lower. 193, low. 194, lower. 185, lower. Then she jumps back up to $4. 440. Then she goes to 3. Then she goes to 2. Then she goes to 2. Then she goes 1.3. It gets nothing but worse as time goes by. 1.3, 1.3, 2.3, 1.4, 1.2, 1.1, 1.0, 1. Oh, look at this. 60, 20, 19, 16. How the hell can you say that's good? It started at $4. Started paying dividends at $4. Now it's at 16 cents. Wait a second. 13 cents. It goes from $4 dividend to 13-cent dividend. What are my thoughts on MSTY? Do you really want me to tell you, or can you just grasp what I'm trying to say? Ali, Tesla. Now, Tesla I normally don't do. There's a reason why I normally don't do Tesla. Tesla has no dividends. It means they don't share their profits. But here's the thing. You cannot get away from Tesla. The boy has got his fingers into too many things that in 100 years from now, they're going to ask, who did this? And everybody's going to point, Elon Musk did it. Tesla did it. You can't get away from it. So yeah, we are in the new year going to have to figure out how are we going to invest safely into Tesla. TSLA. Okay, so high, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up. Okay. Now, I don't do Tesla for the specific reason that they don't have dividends. And if they don't have a dividend, how can we judge when it's getting ready to move? How can we do it? How do we know when it's going to move? All right, I'm going to redo this one right here. All right, so you guys on this TikTok channel, don't go anywhere. I got to reboot for some strange reason. The numbers just don't look right. Okay, so don't go anywhere. I'm just going to reboot. All right, there. Okay, there. Let's go there, and let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Couple more steps. Hold on. Almost there. All right, there, and come on. There, and there, and there. So let's see if those numbers get up a little bit better than they were a minute ago. All right, so no to Tesla. Until we can figure out how to invest in Tesla predictably and safely, there's no pattern. It's all over the place. Don't get me wrong, you can make money with it. You really can. But the cues are daily. Yes, they are daily. You want to do that? You do that. They're not consistently profitable. Who came up with that one? User 5255074144942. What were your parents smoking when they named you, dude? Think about it. All right, so the Qs are daily. You want to have that? You have fun. No desire to do the Qs whatsoever. All right, user 1761661953347. Intel. What just happened to gold? I have no idea, don't know, don't care. Now, the reason why I say don't know, don't care about gold, there is no possible way to get a weekly cash flow from gold. Now, you can do gold futures, you can do gold stocks, but the bullion itself, there's no weekly cash flow for gold. There isn't. Let's take a look at Intel. INTC. Hell no. I don't buy at the high of the year. It just doesn't make sense. Okay, because you've heard it your whole life. Buy low, sell high. Not buy high and wait for it to go higher. Yeah, no. Sorry. All right, user 944 wants to take a look at MELI. What the hell is MELI? MELI. MercadoLibre. What the hell is MercadoLibre? It's $2,000 a share. Hell no. Okay, I don't know what makes you think I'm going to buy something at $2,000 a share. Tufan, what was the stock of today? Well, there's a few of them. Sit tight. We'll get to it. Johnny, Bobby, Nab, what's going on? Franco, yeah, better numbers. Okay, what else do we have over here? Dun, 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 dun. Sandbar Pirate, same as a dividend stock. Okay, Sandbar Pirate, I have no idea what you said to make you think that, because I'm not seeing anything. All right. Uh-oh. Jelly Yanni wants to take a look at American Airlines. Okay. Intel is trash. Tricky Rick, 13. Intel is trash. All right, Ricky, explain to me why you think Intel is trash. I'm listening. Sandbar Pirate, SAMG. What the hell is that? SAMG. Silver Crest Assets. Okay, who came up with that one? Okay, Sandbar Pirate. December, January, February, May. Those are months of the year. That means that is a monthly optionable stock. Monthly optionable stocks just don't work for me. If you like them, you do them. Okay, it's very challenging to figure out where is it going next. Okay, Sandbar Pirate. You ready? 30 days ago. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Great. Tell me where it's going to be in 30 days. This is 30 days. Okay? We started out at 14, dropped down to 13, shot up to 15. Great. Where's it going to be in 30 days? It's not that easy. I don't do monthlies. Not only that, look at the numbers. Okay? 14. There isn't a 1450. Okay? 15. The 15s are going for 0. 0. Yeah. Monthlies just don't work for me. Sorry. Sorry. All right. Eric, how are you today? Tricky Rick. Nokia, huh? So Tricky Rick wants to take a look at Nokia. I haven't done Nokia in decades. And okay, so here's Nokia. Now I'm going to say no to Nokia for the same reason. Tricky Rick, take a look at this. It's currently at 6.19. Okay, 2 cents, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. No money there. Look at next week. Okay, 4 cents, 1 penny, 1 penny, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Terribly sorry you much like Nokia, but okay, the last 30 days, here it is. Drops sideways. Here we are. It's paying 0, 0, 0, 0. No, the numbers are horrible. Dr. Dev, well, I'm well. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. Doc, this is a recording. Okay, Tricky Rick. Andrew. All right. Andrew, 1% ROI is 52% a year. No, it's not. Okay. Now, 1% a week simple interest is 52% a year. Compounded, it's like, I think it was like 67%. Okay. That's better than Warren Buffett. Yeah. So you can know by the number he sells. Okay. So Andrew 4, thank you. So Andrew, let me ask you a question. You say I'm a scam. Great, wonderful. Thank you for your input. Exactly what am I trying to scam? Because scammers are usually trying to sell you something. I'm not trying to sell anything. But I'd love to have your input. House money, how are you today? Netflix, NFLX. Let's try that one. NFLX. There we go. And there it is. Okay, so take a look at the momentum. Here's the top, here's the bottom, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look, it's up, down, up. Okay, 109.35, the 109.50s are going for 119. Not quite 1%. But there's only 3 days left. So if I go to next week is 12 December. We'll look at the 109.50s next week. They're going for 208. Not quite 2%, but close if you like that. Okay. All righty then. Is this random guy you found on TikTok better than Warren Buffett, or is he maybe a scam? Okay, thank you. Buy an ETF. Andrew, I would love to get your input. Seriously, you think an ETF is better than doing it yourself? Explain to me which ETF pays more than 30% per year. Name one. One ETF that pays more than 30% a year consistently for at least 2 decades. At least 2. Now, the reason why I'm saying that, Andrew, one, you don't know me from Adam. Fine. Wonderful. Okay. Now, let's go to my website. I'm not trying to sell you anything, Andrew. Make sure you know that. I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. I'm just going to show Mr. Andrew what freaking dick he is. Andrew, do you see this right here? August 31, 2001. I've been online sharing information since 2011. Okay, right here, 2013. Right here, what is this one? Hold on. 2013. What is this one? Keep going. Oh, right. Whoa. We're right there. 8 years ago. Damn it, what's the date? 9 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. What's this one? 3 years. Oh, 2021. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. So you can say anything you want, Andrew. This is your first time here, and the very first thing you do is you spit on my shoes and you insult me. Thank you. But I'm going to let you do whatever you want to do, because I really honestly don't care what you think. Live restricted for some audience. Submit feedback. TikTok should allow content like mine. There we go. Submit. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Oh, live visibility restricted for 10 minutes. Interesting. Okay, my live does not contain any content mentioned in this notice. Lovely. Okay, so we're restricted for 10 minutes on that one. It's a good thing I'm on 9 different platforms. I really don't care about that one. So let's keep on moving on. So Andrew, I'm still waiting for you to tell me which ETF pays more than 30% for 20 years or more. Name one. Anyone. Let's keep on moving along. Don't. Why? You come here insulting me and you want me to ask me why? I don't know. Where are we? Where were we? Oh, there it is right there. Okay. Oracle, okay. Jake, do you need to buy 100 shares first? Yeah. All right, Jack, in order to do a covered call, you have to have 100 shares first. Or, it's a little different strategy. It's called no, I don't want to get into that because it's a little bit more complicated. HB American Official, what can I buy? Now, I don't try to tell anybody what to buy Contrary to some popular belief, I don't tell people what to do, what to buy, what to sell. I don't do that. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the stocks you suggest, giving you my opinion on the strategy that I use. Now, the strategy that I use has a goal in mind. A simple, safe, predictable 1% per week. That's my goal. That's my strategy. That's what I want. How you get what you want, well, you first have to go through a whole list of things in your head to figure out what is it you want to do. Now, Jack, there are stocks that you can buy that are $3, $2, $5 that have options that you can do this with. Okay? But you have to figure out what it is you want to buy. So we're back to Netflix. Let's figure this out. Okay. The high, the low, where we were. We look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so she's going up. The 9s are going for $2. Great. Let's do one. Let's do one. Let's get rid of this. Let's go to covered call. There we go. And the 109.50's right there. Just one contract. Now, Jack, I'm sorry, but this one might be a little out of your price range because it is $100 per share. And $100 per share can get up there a little bit. Sit tight. Here we go. I'll come up with one for you. Buy one covered call, Netflix, 12 December. That's not this Friday. It's next Friday. Because this Friday, the numbers weren't that good. So next Friday, I'm looking at $230. It's costing me 10 grand. Well, what's my rate of return? Well, let's find out. Okay, calculator. $230.50 is the profit for this one trade this week. Now you got to understand how a weekly compound interest weekly. Oh, come on, it's in there somewhere. Don't get old. Seriously, you don't want to get old. It's no fun. Okay, so $230 is the profit. Okay, right here, max profit $230. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $10,720. Now you may think that's a lot of money, but here's the thing: I'm going to be 62 soon. I've been working for 5 decades. My first job was in 1974. I retired 2 years ago. Still not used to it, but still, besides the point. So I forget what I was talking about. Damn it. Oh. As I was saying, I'm 62. So when you get 62 and you try to retire, okay, you should hypothetically have a decent nest egg. Okay, mine's over 6 figures because I've been working for a half a century, 5 decades, half a century. Okay, so all the money I've accumulated on the way has to last me the rest of my life. So I got 2 choices: do it myself or give it to someone else and take whatever they give me. Yeah, that second one's not going to work for me. So basically all I'm doing is I'm sharing with you what I'm doing. If it makes sense, great, wonderful, do it. But make sure that it makes sense. Okay? So 230 is the profit. The investment is 10,000. Now, when I say it's 10,000, whatever you plan to buy to get a rate of return is going to cost you something. And if you don't want to do it, you give your money to someone else, and guess what? They are going to do it. Okay, you think your money, wherever it's sitting, is just sitting there in cash? No, it is sitting somewhere earning someone a rate of return. Someone. And if it ain't you, it is someone else. All right, so I'm going to divide this by $10,720. That gives me a grand total of 2.15. Now, if you know how to do some simple math, I gotta do this over again. All right. Damn it. I'm still new at this board. I just got it recently. There it is. Crash. Thank you. Let's do this one more time. All right. And come on. Fuck. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Netflix. There we go. I figured out sooner or later. There it is. And give me 1 second. There it is right there. All righty. Netflix, 12 December, the 109.50. $230 is the profit. 10,000 is the investment. No matter what investment you make, no matter where you put your money, you put it in the bank, guess what? They're taking it and they're putting it somewhere. You give it to a money manager, they're going to take it, they're going to put it somewhere. Okay? And then they're going to give you whatever rate of return they think you deserve. All right, well, let's figure this out. All right. Wait, what was this one? This one was 2.1. Oh, another 2.1. 2.1. Cool beans. Next, let's find something else. Find me something else. There we go. And get out of that. And get out of that. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Sean, what's happening? Not a most. Jack Jake 703, not a most. I have no idea what that means. Okay. HB American Official. I can't tell you what to buy because I know absolutely nothing about you. Okay. Raw Braid Sunley. Oh, raw braids only. Can you start over? I just came in. Sit tight. We're just ironing out the plan. We'll get there in a minute. Eric, 2.1% in 3 days is approximately 150% per year. Well, that's cool. Thanks, Eric. Sean, can I know the stocks you own now? Sean, you want to know the stocks I own now? Holy cow, Sean. All right, back to my website, the 10-Minute Trader. Sit tight. I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. Sean asked a question. Weekly trades 2025. These are all the trades I've done so far this year. Here we go. Okay, Sean, you ready? AA, Alcoa, General Motors, Siri, Texas Instruments, Novo, Alcoa. Okay. That's one account. I got 7. This one. Boeing, Advanced Auto Parts, Macy's, Mara, Boeing, Nike, Marvel, Mara, Abelmal, Macy's, Boeing, Advanced Auto Parts, Abelmal, Mara. Last one for this one. Alcoa, General Motors, Alcoa, Siri, Texas Instruments, Novo, American, Alcoa, Novo, Alcoa. Okay. It gives you a rough idea. I got 7 accounts. I share 3 of them publicly. Okay? 1, 2, 3. I share them publicly. You want to know? Do your own research. Don't mean to be rude, but it is what it is. Okay? HB Official, got that one. Sean, thank you, Sean. X joined, cool. Sean, thank you. You're correct. Wonderful. Mikey D, how do you make that $422 profit with Oracle if you buy at 201 and sell it for 201? Love that question there, Mike. Let's check it out. I'll show you why. Now, Mike, you're relatively new here, so let me explain it to you. ORCL. Okay, which one were we doing with Oracle? Was it this one right here? The 200? Okay. No, it was the 202, wasn't it? And it was next week's 202. Or was it? Okay, so which one? Mikey D. Okay, Mikey D, here's Oracle right here. The current price is 201.10. That's the current price right there. 201.10, 201.10, 201.10, 201.10. That's the current price, 201.10. So if I buy it tomorrow morning at 201.10 and I sell it at 202.50, okay, buying it at 201, selling it at 202.50, because that's where the price is right now. That's the, because there isn't a 201. There's a 2 and there's a 202. That's it. Okay, so let's check. So let's get out of here. Let's go back to here. Let's go to covered calls and let's do the 202.50 right there. Now, what's going to happen? All right, let's go back to one contract. There we go. Okay, now I'm buying one contract, which is I'm buying 100 shares. I'm selling one contract. Now, let's do a market order. There we go. And let's confirm and send. Is that the right one? 412, right there. Okay, so are you ready, Mikey D? I'm buying it tomorrow morning at the current price, 201.91. That's right there. Okay, 201.91 is the current price. I'm turning around and I'm selling it to someone else at 202.50. Okay, so I'm buying it at this price. I'm selling it at this price, and I'm collecting this premium. Now, Mike, a premium on a stock or a stock option. A stock option is an insurance policy. That's all it is. Okay? And a lot of people don't know that. They think it's a stock option. No, it's an insurance policy, and you need 4 things in an insurance policy. Number 1, you need a starting date. You need an ending date. You need consideration. You need meeting of the minds. That's a technical word. It just means an agreement. Okay? An agreement, money, starting date, ending date. 4 things you need for a contract. All right? So, if I buy it tomorrow morning at this price, if I sell it tomorrow morning at this price, I collect this much tomorrow morning. If the stock goes up over 202.50, I get the difference between 202.50 and 201.91, which is a couple more $100. That's how a covered call works. I buy it for $100. I sell somebody the right to buy it from me at the same price I paid for it. If I'm buying it for 201.91, the closest strike price, okay, here they are, 185, 187, 190, 192, 195, no, 197, 200, 202, 205. Well, the only one that makes sense is the 200 or the 202. I'm buying it at one price, and I'm selling it very much close to exactly what I'm paying for it. It's the price. Where is it? Right here. That's the price at this moment. Okay? If I buy it here, I sell this one here, I'm collecting the premium, and the premium's over $400 for one contract. Hope that makes sense. Mike, if it doesn't make sense, drop me your phone number. I'll give you a call. We'll have a nice chat. I promise you, everybody who's listening, I promise you I will not try to sell you anything. I promise not to try to sell you anything. I just want to have a conversation. If you don't understand it, you want to have a conversation, great. Drop me a number, I'll give you a call. It goes for anyone. But remember one thing. I don't text. I don't WhatsApp. I don't Snapchat. I don't Twitter. I don't do any of that stuff. You want to have a conversation with me specifically, send me a number. I personally will call you. Not somebody on my team, because there ain't anybody on my team. I'm the only one. This is a hobby. It's not a profession. What do we have there? All right, we got that same question. I'm not even going to pay attention to him. All right. Do you handle watch list wallets? I'm going to say no, Sean. Cherish. Dividend only? Not necessarily. Cherish, I use the dividend to tell me when to look at a stock. Hold on a second. You need to see this. Okay. Cherish. This here is a dividend, ex-dividend calendar. It's just like a regular calendar, December 2025. You know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so on and so forth. This calendar tells me what stock is paying a dividend and when. Just so happens the list that I'm looking at is any company that has 25 years of increased profits. That's it. Let me read you some. Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Stanley Black & Decker, Lennar, Kimberly-Clark, Pepsi, General Parts Corporation, Walmart, Chubb, ADP, Able Mall, Cardinal Health, Nucor, International Toolworks, Cincinnati Financial, T. Rowe Price. You probably heard of a lot of them. They all have a quarter of a century of increased profits. That means higher profits for a quarter of a century. Why would you not buy one of these? It all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for cash flow, 25 years of profits. Now, if you're looking for capital appreciation, you are definitely in the wrong place. I don't do capital appreciation. I'm 62. I need the money to pay my bills on a weekly basis. I'm not looking to buy something and wait 10, 15 years for it to go. No. House money. Someone asked about MSTY. Yes, we already looked at MSTY. I already said no. Sorry. Mike is collecting the insurance premiums. Way to go. Cherish, you get it now? Cool beans. House money. You're not wearing cow print jeans. No, dude. That, my friend, is what you call tie-dye. Now, some of you guys in your 50s and 60s will know what that is. But you younger folks, you probably have no clue. ID Crayon. Okay. Love what you do. Thanks. Good stream. Thank you. Got to get a question from you, though, dude. Don't just pop in and say hi, hello. What do you got? What's keeping you back? It's always something. All right. So what do we got? Steven, how you doing? Chaos, what's going on? Mr. Toxic. Cool beans. All right, Robert Alexander, how are you? Quick pass. Rick, OKLO. What the hell is OKLO? I should know because people keep asking me about that thing. Okay. OKLO. Had to set everything up. Now, I get a little bit of problem with a company like this. Okay, we're at $20 back in April, and then we jumped up to 200, dropped down to 80, now we're at 91. Okay, you like it, fine, you do it. I don't like it. Too much movement. From $20 to $200. That's not 100%. That's not 200%. That's not 300%. It's not 4. It's not 5. It's not 6. It's not 7. It's not 8. It's not 9. It's 1,000% increase from $20 to 200. That's a big freaking move. Okay, from 200 it drops down to 91. That's a 52% decrease. Okay, what the hell did they do? Well, let's find out. What kind of profits does this company have? Okay. OKLO. OKLO. All right, let's find out. Is this company consistently profitable or not? Oh, imagine that. Another company with no dividends. So explain to me, Rick. Okay, Rick, explain to me, why would you come to a channel that says dividend stock talk and the subtitle is dividend investing for weekly cash flow? Why would you come to that channel and ask about a stock that has no dividends? Good question. All right, so if you like this thing, let's take a gander. Look at your last couple of months. Here's the top, here's the bottom. She drops, now she's slowly coming up. The 92s are going for 340. That's over 3%. Now, for those of you like OKLO, let's do one at 92. Why not, right? Covered call, the 92 right there. Okay, one contract. Now, I only do one contract just so you get an idea of what one contract would cost. So think about it. When you get to, adulthood, seriously, because hypothetically speaking, we're all supposed to be adults here. Hypothetically speaking, because I do have parameters set on the channel for, adults only. All right. So by 1 OKLO 5 December, which is this coming Friday, the 92 call option, profit 271. The investment 8,900. Anytime you make an investment, you're going to expect some type of return. Anytime you buy a stock, you're going to want some kind of return. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? All right, so let's check out what is the numbers here. 271 is the profit. What is the investment? 89.29 gives me a grand total of 3% if you like this company, and only if you like this company. Me, not so much. Because I have no idea who the hell they are. I have no idea what they do. And they have no dividends. So you expect me to spend my time looking at 20 years of annual reports to find out whether or not this is a profitable company or not? No, thank you. All right, so 3%. Here we go. OKLO, 3%. All right. Here we go. OKLO, 5 December. That's this coming Friday. The 92 call option. Now I'm selling, I'm not buying. 271's the profit. 8,900 is the investment. Now the interesting thing about the investment, when you put money into a company, oh, come on, what am I down to? 48? Let's reboot this one. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to reboot again. 48 is just unacceptable. Whoops. Hit the wrong button. All right, let's try this one more time. Okay, go back and let's do this. Frustrating. Yeah, I know, it's frustrating. Here we go, here we go, here we go. And this is the last time I'm doing this. Mirror that image, do that, and... No, wait a minute, this way. Wrong way. Okay. And this way. There we go. All right. So. I hate it when it does that. Glitches. What are we looking at? Scott Clooney. Exxon Mobil. Yeah, we'll take a look at that one in a little bit. Zillville ticks. What did we say this one was? We said this one, 3%. Alrighty then. Hold the phone. Zillville wants to take a look at Exxon Mobil. All right. Let's get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of this, and back to the beginning. Alrighty. Johnny Rod, RDDT. Is that Reddit? I think it is, RDDT. Now, Reddit is not a profitable company, RDDT. Yeah, hell no. Okay, you might like it. Here's the top. She drops. Now she's shooting back up. But is she? Hold on a second. All right. Up, down, up. What's going on here today? 222. The 222 is going for 570. That's more than 2% if you like Reddit. But look at where it is. 30-day high is here. 30-day high today. Down, back up again. So is it going to create a new high, and do you want to be part of it? I don't. There's 10,688 companies. Why would I look at this one? Here's your bottom. It goes from 180 to 230. That's $50. $50 on a $180 stock. It's 25%, roughly. Why would I want to jump into something that just jumped 25%? No, thank you. Next, ExxonMobil, Zillville, XOM. Unfortunately, it's going to be a no. Okay, here's the top here, bottom here. Shoots up, pulls back up, back down. Don't get me wrong, I like ExxonMobil. Just not this week. Okay? Give it a little bit more time. She's dropping. Wait till she gets down here and turns around. Okay? Now, whether you like it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, if you don't like it today, maybe you'll like it Friday. Well, whether you like it or not, Friday's coming. And if you don't like this Friday, guess what? There's another Friday coming after that. So, sorry, Johnny, I'm not going to do Reddit. It hasn't been around long enough. It's not profitable, blah, blah, blah. Sam Ron, how do you proceed if the stock... Oh, Jesus. I get frustrated when I hear the same question over and over again. What happens when the stock drops? Stocks always drop, dude. Always, always, always. They do two things. If you're under the impression, Sam, if you're under the impression that stock is going to come to your house, take your dog for a walk, make you dinner, and tuck you in bed at night, you're seriously wrong. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Stocks go up, stocks go down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's all they do. If you're worried about a stock dropping, you shouldn't be playing this game. They all drop. All. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. That's it. They don't do anything else. The idea is investing up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, blah, blah, blah. You know that. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. It's not that difficult. It was created for a 9-year-old. Why are some of you trying to make it more complicated? It's not that complicated. Gene Gillis. I lost $20,000 of my capital invested in MSTY. I sold all my shares as the share price dropped. I don't want to sound mean. I don't want to sound like a prick. It's your own damn fault. Now, I know that's harsh. Okay? Rule number 1, never buy something you don't want to own. I have no idea why you would buy MSTY in the first place. It's not that profitable. Okay? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Check out the numbers. It's not that good. It's only been around for 2 years. Any company can be profitable for 2 years. I look at 2 decades. That's 20 years. You lost $20,000. It's your own damn fault. Rule 1, never buy something you don't want to own. Rule 2, never sell at a loss. $20,000 would get you X amount of contracts. Hold on one second. MSTY. Hold on. MSTY. $7. Okay, let's get the calculator out. Okay, let's get this. So $20,000 divided by $7, because that's what the current price is. That's 2,800 shares. 2,800 shares. That's 280 contracts. Doesn't really matter what you paid for it. Hold on one second. Okay. So whether you bought here at $40 or whether you bought here at $7, irrelevant. When you buy 100 shares, that is one contract that you can sell on a consistent basis. So this week, oh fuck, look at that, 0, 0, 0, 0. Why did somebody want to buy this crap? Not the point. When you own it, you have the right to sell it to someone else for the same price you paid for it. It's called a covered call. You own 100 shares. 100 shares is one contract, whether you bought it at 40 or whether you bought it at 7. Okay? 100 contracts at 37 is still 100 contracts. In the money, at the money, out of the money. You have 3 opportunities to sell. What is wrong with holding on to your stock and maybe only, what the hell? These numbers are horrible. Ugh. I'm just going to move on. That number's just atrocious. All right. Howdy, James. How are you today? Jen Pika, back again. Cool beans. M. Devlin, how are you today? Uh-oh. Double bounce. Wants to take a look at Verizon and Cisco. Sorry. Verizon. BZ. There we go. Verizon. Interesting. Not this week, though. Hold on a second. Top, bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, sideways, down, up, down. Sorry. It's just coming down now. Don't get me wrong. I like Verizon. Bottom, whoops, top, bottom, up, down. Simple. Give it a couple of days. Okay? It should come down to here, the $40 area, before she turns around again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write Verizon down for next week because it looks, take a look. Bottom here, 38, shoots up to 41. 38 to 41, it's only $3. You're probably thinking $3 is nothing. You're right, it's nothing. But in this situation, okay, it's 10%. Okay, from 38 to 41, almost 42, is $3. $3 on a $30 stock is about 10%. All right, maybe it might be 9 or 8. Not the point. If she jumps up, profit taken. It's not done yet. It's still coming down. Give it some time. I'm writing Verizon now for next week. All right, we'll take a look at Verizon again next week, not this week. Double bounce, Cisco, CSCO, CSCO, Cisco. Too close to the high, and take a look. Too close to the high, and there's a gap right there. Now, the reason I'm saying there's a gap right here, gaps have a tendency to fill, which means eventually this baby's going to drop back down to this area. Don't get me wrong, I like Cisco, I do. Not this week. Sam Ron, thank you. Love to go. CEG, please. CEG, what the hell is that? Constellation Energy. Ooh, I like this one. Look at this. Top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Look at that. It's going up. 360, 367. All right, so the 365 or this 362. I want to go with the 362. It's a safer trade. And it's bringing in 640. If you like Constellation Energy. And I'm terribly sorry for repeating myself every time. But think about it. Does it make sense? Is 1% every single week worth 5 or 10 minutes a day? Think about it. You're just creating a new, what do they call that? Routine. You're adding to your routine in the morning. You get up in the morning, you take a shower, you shave, brush your teeth, have breakfast, have some coffee, sit in front of your computer for 10 minutes. It's not that long. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it at now? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do? That's a tough one. What should I do? Well, look at this. Here's the top, it drops. Shoots back up, it drops. Shoots back up, it drops. Shoots back up. Well, the top is here, and now we're here. We have all that space to run. If you like Constellation Energy, it always comes down to that last question. Where do you feel safe putting your money? Your money has to go somewhere. Whether you do it yourself or whether you take your money and give it to someone else, that someone else is going to take it and put it somewhere. But think about it. If you could do it yourself, make 1% every single week for 5 or 10 minutes a day, that's all it takes. Okay? 1% every single week is 50% per year. When is the last time you made 50% per year? And the rules are simple. Never buy something you do not want to own. If you do not like CEG, don't buy it. If you don't like Exxon Mobil, don't buy it. Rule 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. Rule 3, make sure that the company is consistently profitable. I like 2 decades. That's 20 years, 2 decades of profits. It's not that difficult. To see what the profits are, you go directly to the dividend. If the dividend consistently increases, so do the profits. If the profits decrease, guess what? So do the dividends. If the profits increase, so do the dividends. Now, the reason I do dividend stocks as opposed to non-dividend stocks, dividend stocks are predictable, consistent. They do the same things over and over and over again. All right, I've been neglecting YouTube for a while, so let's see what you guys on YouTube have to say. All right, so you guys on TikTok and over here. Why do you guys have no questions over here? Oh, 2 questions. What do we got? All righty. Mark, good evening. It is a beautiful Tuesday. KJ, good evening, folks. All righty. Okay, what do you guys down here on YouTube? What do we have? Damn, feeling like a redheaded stepchild today. He's forgetting he hasn't read any of the chat. Terribly sorry, Beast. Terribly sorry, okay? I'm going to apologize. I can't do everything all the time. Now, hypothetically speaking, okay, my children are talking about coming and joining me and being the producer, being behind the screens, monitoring all the questions. So I only get the important questions, and the silliness I don't have to deal with. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about everyone being silly, but there are some people that I would prefer not to have to deal with. Okay? Now, I'm sure for those of you that are here, you want something out of this. You want to learn something. Great. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just trying to educate for free. Imagine that. What a concept. Sorry about you guys on YouTube. Let's see what kind of questions you got. Now, I'm really hoping, up, down, you got this thing situated. Holy cow, look at all the questions. Holy shit, you guys have a lot of questions. Oh, I really feel bad now. Look at all, oh my God, I'm not gonna get to all these questions. Okay, so first time here, good. How you doing? You got it, alrighty. I picked up 5 more contracts on Hewlett Packard. Cool beans, dude. Nicely done. Hey all. Beast and Joey, if you're here yet. Alrighty, Joey's here. How's it going, Joey? What else do we have? Oh, message has been deleted. Thank you. I don't want to deal with people. Okay, I'm great. Picked up 5 more. Got that one. Hey, everyone. Yeehaw! Mode up. All right. Why is all the text backwards? You know what? If you have a way of inverting the camera, please share it. I go through this question every single night, and I've been doing this here live for over 2 years. And yes, for over 2 years, every single night, somebody asks me, why is everything backwards? Because YouTube does not allow me to invert my camera. Okay, what's up, guys? The backwards lettering on the YouTube channel, blah, 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 blah. Yep, okay. I saw your pickup. You did nice today. Cool beans. How is it a YouTube problem if the other channel's text is not backwards? Coco Kachokin, whatever that is. You know what? It's a good question. Seriously, it is. I get 3 YouTube channels. One of them is not backwards. The other 2 are. Let me explain. Okay, I have an iPhone. Okay, I get 2 cameras or 2 iPhones projecting to YouTube. Those are both backwards. The 3rd YouTube channel is going through OBS Broadcaster. Now, I'm pretty sure I can't broadcast to 3 different channels on OBS because they're all the exact same channels. Not the same, but you know what I mean. All YouTube. I don't know if you can do that, but I'll check into it. But until then, we're just going to have to deal with it. All right. Is the Thinkorswim phone app useful? Now, Taco Eater, don't get me wrong. The Thinkorswim phone app is okay if you are working and you can't get to a computer and you have an alert and you have to do something. It's good for that. Other than that, it's very congested and very clunky. Like that word? Clunky. So Taco Eater phone app, I use Robinhood. It's simple, it's easy, it's right there. Jen Pika, Hewlett Packard, we looked at that one yesterday. It was a good one yesterday. Love to go, we just looked at CEG. SB 1981, did you see the big jump BA did today? No, I didn't. Okay, 81, give me a second. Let's go back down to YouTube. What else you guys got? All righty. Get what you're saying, but a lot of channels I think, okay, got right. Tired, okay. Okay, thanks. I'll try to adjust. Can we look at BBY? I'm thinking of picking them up next week and try not to get as much premium, but hold them through the dividend, which EX date is the following week. Okay, let's check it out. Beast? Yeah, the Beast has spoken. He wants to take a look at, what was it again? BBY. All right, Beast, here we go. BBY. Ooh. Hold that thought. Hold that thought for a second. Here we go. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so if you're thinking of jumping in, not that it's a bad idea or anything, but check this out. Here's our last 30 days. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Okay? She drops. There's the bottom. She shoots back up. She goes from 73 to 84. 73 to 84 is $11. $11 is what is that? 13%? 13%? Here's the profit taking. Pace yourself. Wait for the bottom to show up. It's dropping. 1, 2, 3. Drop, 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 drop. Wait for the bottom to show up, kind of like this. Turn around, go back up. When it does that, then jump in. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that's what I would do. She's dropping. You cannot argue with that. Down, 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 down. As soon as she finds the bottom, turns around, I like 2 days to the upside before I jump in. Okay, now I can't tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But if it was me, I'd wait for the bottom, turn around, then jump in if the numbers work. Okay, let's keep on going. What else we got? Hopefully that works out, Beast. I think Best Buy looks pretty good if they start turning around in the next couple of days. Yep, just what I said. Bought 3 of the week. Oh, Circl, Mara, and TSLL. Well, Kevin, Circl is not on my list. CRCL. Okay, but look at that. That's pretty free. I didn't even see that one. Look at this. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Up, down, sideways, down, back up. Look at that. That's awesome. 77.44. The 77 go for 237. Hell yeah. I like that one. I didn't even see that. See, you should join my group so I can see that because I can't see everything. Okay, and I admit that there are some trades that I do miss. Now, don't get me wrong, I do perfectly fine. I average over 1.4% per week. So think about that. 1.4% per week on average. That's what I do. Okay, on average. Okay? But this one I didn't see. Let's zoom in. Okay? 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Now she's slowly coming up. That's awesome. Okay? The 79s go for 142. Let's do it. Let's see what the numbers look like. Let's get this thing out of my way. Let's do this. All right, get rid of that. Here and here, we want to do the 79 for this week. There it is. One contract, blah, 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 blah. And here we go. And here's Johnny by 1 covered call Circl, 5 December 25. That's this coming Friday. The 79 call option. Profit 168. The investment 7,700. Now it's only investment until you sell it. Because think about it. I pay 7,700. I collect my profits, and then I get my $7,700 back. What's wrong with that? Think about it this way. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, you buy a 1968 Mustang convertible. Awesome. Pay 20 grand for it. Wonderful. Use it for a little while, turn around, sell it for 20 grand. What did you lose? Absolutely nothing. Because the stock is worth, at this moment in time, $78.93. Whoops, wait. No, sorry, $79.04. So if I buy it at $79.04, sell it at $79, I walk away with $168. I get my money back. What the hell's wrong with that? Your money has to go somewhere. Why not put it into the American economy? Your aunts, uncles, brothers, cousins, the kids you went to school with, they all work in America. They all work in the American economy. The idea is to support your brothers, support your neighbors, support your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, the guy down the street you don't even like. All right, I'm getting a little too excited here. It's 11:15. Holy shit. Let's get, oh, wow, we got to come up with some more. Wait a minute. Let's figure out this number here. Hold on. Because this might be a number one we can add to our list for today. All right, profit 168. The investment 77.32. 77.32. Grand total of 2.1. Now 2.1, if you do the math, is over 100% for the year. If 1% per week is 50% per year, 2% per week is over 100% per year. 2.17, that's going to be over 100%. Here it is. There it is right there. Yay! Okay. Circl. 5 December. That's just coming Friday. The 79 call option. Remember, I'm selling. I'm not buying. 80% of all options expire worthless. Why the hell would I be buying if 80% all expire worthless? Now, I'm not looking to make $1,000 overnight. I'm not like making $1 million overnight. I want a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. That's my goal. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. What did I buy? What did I sell? What did I make off of it? Where's it at now? What does it look like it's going? What should I do next? It's really not difficult. Adults have a tendency to make it more complicated than it needs to be. As a matter of fact, just for the fun of it, let's do this. Hold on. 168's profit, 7,700. What is the number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom and boom. Yeah. All right. What do we have today? Ooh, that's 4. We got 4 yesterday, 4 today. We got 6 on Sunday. Okay, 2.1. 2.1. Oops. Anyway. Alrighty, I forgot what I was going to do next. Don't get old. It's no fun. Okay? Because what's simple now is not going to be as easy when you get older. Alrighty. Okay, what's next? What is next? What's this? What's this? There's something in the air. What's this? What's this? Okay, Eric, PayPal doesn't have dividends. M. Devlin, OKY. What is that? Anybody know what OKY is? I'm going to write CRCL down. CRCL, and that was 2.1, wasn't it? 2.1. Okay. All right. PayPal has no dividends. No, thank you. OKY. I have no idea what that is. OKY. Oklo Pharma? Oh. We cannot find this symbol. Who came up with that one? Okay. M. Devlin cannot find the symbol. Usually that means it's not an American stock. Seraphin 77, CLSK. What the hell is that? CLSK. CleanSpark. Okay, interesting. Never heard of them. So let's see what kind of dividends these things have. What is it again? CLSK. CLSK. Okay, give it a second. Let this thing warm up. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so that guy I'm not going to listen to. CleanSpark. Okay, who came up with this one? Seraphin, how are you today? Take a look at this. CLSK, there are no dividends. See, now when it has no dividend, it just makes it more complicated to try to figure out which direction it's going or when it's going to move. Javisco, Bebop. Okay, Bebop. Okay, wait a minute, that ain't it. Bebop. Okay, who came up with that one? Javisco? December, January, April, July. Yeah, monthly. No, thank you. Okay, what else do we got? Dell, next week, 1981. I love Dell. I do. Nice. Take a look at that. Here's top, bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up. 136. The 136 go for 231. This could be number 5 for the night. Let's check it out. I love Dell. I do. Look at the numbers. Okay, 136, 185, 143, 114, 92, 375, 330, 292. Numbers. I love the numbers. They're awesome. Dell, Intel, there's a few companies that have great numbers, but there are a few, the numbers are absolutely horrible, and I just stay away from them. All right, last 30 days. Let's make this quick. Right there. Here we go. Check this out. 30 days ago, boom, bottom. Now she's going up. Look at all this space we have to go. Nice. All right, so let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Because I'm here. I'm there. I'm Big Bang Hank. I'm every 136. Where it is, right there. The 136. One contract. There it is. Market. There we go. And here's Johnny. Come on down. Buy one cover called Dell. 5 December. 136 call. 222. 13 G's. Let's see what that looks like. Does it make sense? Clear that. 222.5, and we're going to divide it by 13,378. Gives me a grand total of 1.6. Okay, 1.6 is not that bad, but that's for this week. We could roll it into next week, but let's do that next week. At this moment in time, let's just take the 166. Okay, we're going to take the 166. We got 10 minutes left. We're going to do questions. Let's do the questions. Here we go. Dell. Yay. Here it is. Whoops. Yeah. Okay. All right. There you go. Dell, 5 December, 136 call option. 222 is the profit. 13.3 is the investment. Now remember, when you sell the stock, you get that money back. But as soon as you sell the option, that goes into your account ASAP. If I sell that option tomorrow morning, that money goes into my account tomorrow morning. Okay, so let's get out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And what do we have? 1.6. 1.6. And here we go. All right, we're going to sit down and we're going to take questions. What do we have? What do we have? All righty. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. We'll take a look at that tomorrow. IREN, we'll take a look at that one tomorrow. Nico, how are you today? James, if you already own a stock, how do you set up a covered call? Nico, that part is easy. Let's take it from here. You ready? Now, Nico, you're seeing here covered call. A covered call is buying the stock, selling the option. That's when I enter into a position. Now, if I'm already in a position, I don't want to do the covered call. I want to bring it back to a single option. Okay, single right there. All right, so if I own it at 136, I want to sell the 136, I'm getting 231. Okay, single. When you already own a stock, you're doing a single option against it. But when you're first jumping in, it's buy stock, sell option. 2 steps. Alex is the man. He's in the house. Everyone, all hail Alex. Woo! All right, anyway. Bought Mara. I'm happy. Made 3% this week. All righty. Yes, David, I'm aware Circl has no dividends. Somebody want to take a look at it? So we took a look at it. Okay, so David and Douglas all say Circl has no dividends. That's why the premium is so high. All right, let's take some more questions. Yeah, they look primed to turn around. Earnings report, I believe, is good. It just came out. All righty, beast. Okay, are you moderating? Yep. Whoops. Yes, I will delete the trolls. Thank you, dude, in making it so much easier. The only thing I need now is to get the what do you call it? Hold on. Get the text. Get the words bigger so I can read them. Because I got to like really zoom in there. Check RY. What the hell is RY? Core, you cringe. Okay, explain buy at to open and buy to close. Maxo, I got stuck on TSLL, sold a covered call for 228, got paid massive premiums. Yeah, Maxo, we had someone else do that. No, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Now, however, okay, you got a massive premium. Okay, what that means now is you have to hold it all that time and you get no income coming in. Okay, we had somebody else do that. All right, let's check this out. Hold up for a second. All right, TSLL. Okay, well, let's get rid of this one. Okay, so just for the fun of it, Max, so check out this. The current price for TSLL is $18.40. All right, hypothetically speaking, let's say I sell the 1850s and pick up 53 cents. Now, 53 cents on an $18 stock is not a lot of money, but let's do the math. You went all the way out to 2028. Now, which one? You must have done the January 28 because that's the only one available. All right. So, hypothetically speaking, all right, Maxo. Okay, hypothetically speaking, this one, 5 December, it's got 3 days. 3 days to expiration. Okay. Now, I'm making 51 cents. Let's find out the rate of return on that. Hold on. Okay, so 51 cents divided by 1842, 42. Okay. So, max, it's 2.7% for this one right here. Okay. Now, you sold 2028 right down here. That's 780 days away. See the numbers? Okay, three days, 10 days, 17 days, 24 days, 1 days, 38 days, so on and so forth. You did 2028. That's 780 days. So what we're going to do, yeah, you made 30 bucks. Cool beans. Hold tight, though. Hold tight for just 1 second. Now, we're going to take 780, because that's how many days away there is, and we're going to divide it by 7. Now, the reason why we're doing that, Max, is because 7 days in a week, 780 days, you sold that one. That's 111 weeks. 111 weeks. Okay? Now, let's say hypothetically I take that 51 cents, right? I take the 51 cents. Let's say hypothetically I can get 50 cents every single week. I'm going to multiply that times the 51, and what would I get? 58.1. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, 56 bucks. Okay, so you got 30 bucks selling it once. Okay, if I do it every single week and get 50 cents every single week, I get 56 bucks, which is twice as, well, almost twice as much as what you got. But you went all the way out to January. But now you're going to have no income coming in next week. No income coming in the week after, the week after, the week after for 111 weeks. So you have to hold this for 111 weeks and bring in nothing. Nothing wrong with it. You got your 30 bucks. Okay. All right. So we got 1157. Holy cow, we got 350. All right, let's keep on going. A lot of people here. I'll keep going. All right. Next. What else do we have? Ooh, Reckless Town wants to take a look at Disney. All right, hold on. Back to Disney. Where is it? Maxo, thank you there, Maxo. X, good evening. All righty, wow. Uh-oh. I get all these questions I have to get to. Uh-oh. All right, so Mick Believe wants to take a look at Mickey D's. Don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with Mickey D's. It is a dividend aristocrat. MCD. Mickey D's. There we go. I'm going to say no to Mickey D's this week. Maxo, what stock would you recommend to do that strategy on? Maxo, you're new here. I don't give recommendations. I don't tell people what to do. But if you want to have a conversation, drop me your number. I will personally call you. Okay? Me personally. I don't text. I don't Snapchat. I don't do any of that stuff. Nico, so I put it on single, then choose to strike. Then when the list comes up, do I pick sell? Absolutely. You are cringy. Thank you. All right. Wants to term open to buy and open to close. Uh-oh. Okay. You are cringy. All right. Lovely. All right. You are cringy. Open to buy. All right. Let's make this simple as possible. All right. Simple as possible, right? Mickey D's. Everything else is gone. The only thing we have left is the stock information, is the stock price, the net change, the bid, the ask, the volume, the open, the high, the low, the close. That's all the numbers for Mickey D's. So, open to buy. It's not really open to buy, it's buy to open. Okay? Buy to open, sell to open. Okay? Or buy to close, sell to close. All right, so the 301.92 difference between the two is called the spread. Okay, the spread is the difference. Let me explain it a little simpler. Okay, you ready? You are cringy. If you go to the corner store 7-Eleven, Quick Stop, Quickie Mart, whatever it is. Whatever store you go to. Think of the person behind the cash register as the market maker. He's who you buy from, he's who you sell to. If you buy a gallon of milk, you cannot go directly to the farmer. The farmer will sell to the store owner a gallon of milk for $3. In turn, he will sell it to you for $3.50. He makes the difference between the buy price and the sell price, called the spread. That is the profit. 301.50, 301.92. That's the spread. Okay, so buy to open, which would be here. All right, if I buy to open, right there. All right, see where it says buy 100 shares, McDonald's, blah, 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 blah. That's buying to open the position. Okay? Now, once you open the position, you now have a position that you need to close. So once you own it, buy to open, you need to sell to close that position. Now, the stock market is a rather interesting place, but it always works the way it's supposed to. The example of buying, selling, profit, okay, buy, sell, profit. 3 positions, buy, sell, profit. The stock market, you can sell, buy, profit. So you can do it backwards if you want, but all 3 have to be there. Okay, whether it's a profit or loss is irrelevant. There's 3 steps: buy, sell, profit, loss, whatever that is. If you do it backwards, you can sell first, buy later, and make a profit or a loss. Either way. But those 3 things have to fill in order to complete a transaction. Buy, sell, profit, sell, buy, profit. So opening, okay, whether you're buying or selling at the open, okay, that's the first position. If I buy it at the open, I will buy it here, and then eventually I will sell to close out that position. Okay, buy to open, buy, sell, close. The other direction, I can sell to open. Okay, sell to open. Okay, and then I have to buy to close. So whether it's a profit or loss is really irrelevant, but all 3 have to take place. Buy open, sell open, buy close, sell close. Either way, it's an equation, all 3. Buy, sell, profit. Sell, buy, profit. Either way. Hopefully that made sense. I'm not quite sure. All right, what else do we got? Yes, thank you. Juan, do you have 2 accounts on live? Juan, I have 9. So I'm broadcasting on 9 different platforms. All right. 2 of them on TikTok, 3 on YouTube, and then a few other ones. Is Johnson & Johnson kind of high in your position? One, it's not really high. It's crappy. Hold on a second. I see an option to sell to open. Same thing. Okay, now I was just showing you with the stock information. Option is the exact same thing. So open up the option chain. Okay, here are the options. Okay, bid, ask, sell, buy. So if I sell to open, I got to buy to close. If I buy to open, I got to sell to close. So either way, whether it's options or whether it's stocks, whether it's futures, whatever it is, you have to do all 3 to cancel out whatever. You see that? You got that one? Awesome. So whatever trade you do, a complete trade is opening and closing. So whether you buy first or sell first. I bought 2.5 shares of Johnson & Johnson at 150. Right now, it's at 200 a share. I have no idea what that means. No, I understand what it means. It's what question was it? So let's take a look at Johnson & Johnson. Just to answer your question. Ouch. I got a little something for you, Juan. Hold on a second. Okay. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. Well, now it's coming down because the high of the year was last week. Okay? It shot up from 185 to 208. Now it's coming down. So, Juan, well, let me ask you a question. Number one, it's not a profit until you take it. That's number one. Number two, nobody ever went broke taking profits. It's a 50-50 shot. Take the money and run, be happy. Take the money, run, and not be happy. That's all it is. The stock is either going to keep going up or it's going to turn around and come down. Nobody knows. You either take the profit and be happy, or you let it ride and see what happens. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you those are your choices. Take the profit, don't take the profit. Either way, it's your choice. But remember that. It's not a profit until you take it. All right, so no more stocks. Let's just take a look at what we have here. Elvis is in the house. Thank you, Cringy. Nico, James, do I keep it on limit order when I sell, when I own? Oh, no, yes. Yes. Only, Nico, only time I do market order is when I'm getting in. And the only, let me show you. Hold on a second. Okay. Oh, all right. So here we go. Now, the only time I do a market order is when I'm getting in, because the stock and the option are tied together in one trade. So I have a good idea of what my profit is going to be. Now, when I do a limit order, when I own something, okay, so if I own Johnson & Johnson at 205, I don't want to sell it at 204. I don't want to sell it at 203. Market order, the market maker will fill it in whatever order he can. He doesn't really care about you. Sorry. It is what it is. So a market order, market maker will just fill it. He don't care. But a limit order says, this is what I want. I don't want anything else. Okay? What platform are you using on the screen right now? Ricky boy, this is called Think or Swim, and it's available through Charles Schwab. Thanks for the advice. I'm a starter investor last year, and I wanted to receive a lot of dividends. Okay, Juan, if you're really interested in and you have limited funds, I have what's called dividend capturing. It's less money, a lot more movement, and it's almost just as safe. Where can I learn to do this stuff? Tell you what, DM me with your number. I'll give you a buzz and we can chat. It's not for everyone. It's slow, it's boring, it's monotonous. It's the same stocks over and over and over and over again. But you want to know what? I love boring because it's consistent, it's predictable, and I do the same thing over and over again. It's simple, easy. What do I buy? What did I sell? Where's it at? Boom. There you go. Mick Believe, we just took it, Mickey D's. Edgar, how you doing? Kareem, how are you? Z, crazy, never lazy. Ooh, nice. RNG, what happens when a stock drops? Oh my freaking God, 5 people. Why are you under the assumption that stocks only go up? They don't. Up, down, that's it. Up, down, that's it. If you think you're going to buy a stock and it's not going to drop, you're delusional. They all do. Every single one. I've never, ever, I've been trading for over 30 years. So I don't like realty income. Okay, Juan, I don't do monthlies, and realty income is a monthly. That's my opinion. Okay, if it works for you, great. So RNG, what happens when a stock drops? They all drop. I've never, ever seen a stock that did not drop. They all do. Okay, jump in, grab your profit, get out. Wait for it to come around again. That's what they do. They go up, they go down. As they're going up, you jump on. Once you make your profit, jump out. When it comes back down again, jump back on again. Cam, how do you start trading? Cam, how are you today? You're new. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for interacting. How do you start trading? Number one, you have to make the decision. That's it. You make the decision that, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Then you got to decide, what is it you want from your trading? Now, the reason I ask that is because I have no idea how old you are. I have no idea what kind of funds you have behind yourself. I have no idea what it is you're thinking of getting from this little adventure. For me, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. I'm going to be 62 soon. Okay, so I'm retired. So all the money I made over my working lifetime gets me 1% per week every single week. I average about 1.4, which I'm okay with. Think about it, 1.4, that's over 60% per year that I make consistently. How much can you make a month investing 20 grand? Well, 20 grand at 1% is 200 a week. That's $800 a month. Let's keep on going. What else do we go? Tim Moore, Sevgala, how are you today? Midnight, what's going on? Barrick Mining, Real Goku, we looked at B earlier today. It was a no. T-Mobile, user 6569144877763. How do I call you? Chuck. T-Mobile, we'll look at it tomorrow. Philip Stanley, how are you? Glenn, how's it going? J-Dubs, dude, J-Dubs, I've seen you here before. You are a genius, my good sir. Yay for me. All right, thank you there, sir. What's your opinion of target date funds? Oh boy, you got to give me an example, because that's the first time I ever heard of target date funds. Never heard of that before. I've been trading for over 30 years. I never heard of target date funds before. James, how much do you make a year doing this? I would say this year, for myself personally, I don't know, over close to about 400 this year. Juan, can I ask why you don't like monthly dividend? Okay, Juan, I never said I didn't like monthly dividends. I said I don't like monthly options. Huge difference. Okay? Monthly dividends, got nothing against them. Love them. I don't like monthly options. Huge difference. A Bonster, how are you today? AE, how are you? Gary. Tesla BitPunk. Dividends aren't calculated in this number you're looking at. You're absolutely right. I'm not looking for the dividend. The only reason I use the dividend, hold on, I got to address this. I really do. The only Tesla BitPunk, the only reason I'm looking at the dividend is because dividend stocks have a tendency to increase in value just before the EX dividend date. So if I know the EX dividend date, I know when I should be looking at it. So we have Nucor right here on the 31st of December. Nucor. I love Nucor. I do. Am I going to be looking at Nucor today? No. Am I going to look at it tomorrow? No. That's 4 weeks away. What the hell am I looking at it for then? I will look at Nucor on the 15th because it gives me 2 weeks before the dividend. And after all the years I've been doing this, 2 weeks before the dividend is a perfect time for me. That's why. Thoughts on Ferrovial? Never heard of it. So, Tesla BitPunk. I'm not looking to capture the dividend. Okay? If I'm looking at Nucor, I want to do it on the 15th. Collect my 1% for this week. If I hit my target, great. I get all my money back. If I don't hit my target, I do it again and pick up another 1%. If I hit my target, great. I'm out to get all my money back. If I don't, I do it a third time. Collect another 1%. Collect the dividend. If it hits my target, then I'm out. And I will keep doing it every single week, week after week after week after week. This is called gambling. Dr. at Nat. Thank you. Now, doctor, I'm thinking to myself, gambling is doing something you don't understand completely and putting your money at risk. So let me ask you a question. If you had a patient, I have no idea what kind of doctor you are, but if you had a patient and I come in and I say, hey, I'll take care of this, let me do it. Is that patient gambling because someone who's not a doctor doing something has no idea what to do? That's gambling. Doing something you have no clue and put money at risk. It's not what I'm asking. I'm asking people to take into consideration when they invest, to invest logically, safely, with companies that they believe in. Okay? If you don't like Ford, don't buy it. That's not gambling. That's just common sense. If you like General Motors and you think it's going to be a good company in the future and it's going to give you money in the future, well, then fine, buy it. That's not gambling. I only do companies that are consistently profitable. Now, I don't think buying McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Stanley Black & Decker, Lennar, Kimberly-Clark, Pepsi, I don't consider that gambling. Most of those companies have been in business for over 100 years. Now, am I going to put my money into Sally Seashells? Hell no. That's gambling. And am I going to put my money into penny stocks? Hell no. That's gambling too. Does this work investing in the S&P 500? I don't do the S&P 500 because it's not consistently profitable. It's not consistently going up, 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 up. No, it doesn't. Let's take a gander. SPX, which is basically the S&P 500. Give it a second. No, S&P. That ain't it. There's no dividends for the SPX. Where's the S&P? That's the S&P futures. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. No, I don't do the S&P 500. Just doesn't work. Can you check the graph for energy fuels? Okay, Juan, you got to give me the ticker symbol. What are you buying then? Are you a crypto bro? Oh, hell no. I don't do cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is nothing more than a wink and a nod from a stranger on the other side of the planet. Hell no. There's nothing behind crypto to give it any value. Now look at Ford. Well, Ford has real estate. Ford has machines. Ford produces cars. It has value. Look at Bank of America. It's on every street corner in the United States. Okay, they provide a service. They have something tangible. Cryptocurrency, no tangible assets whatsoever. TRL, what stocks were you talking? Okay, TRL, stocks am I talking? Dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend contenders, and Warren Buffett's. Wait a minute. Dividend champions. I forgot those. No. What are we buying then? Soothsayer. I ain't buying anything. Okay, Doc, thank you for your input. I'm not buying anything. I'm not selling anything. I'm looking at what other people are asking me to look at, and then just giving my opinion. Okay, let's go back to here. We're past 11 o'clock. I'm way past my bedtime. Let's finish up these last questions. Jen, thank you, Jen. Ran, hello, what time frame are you looking at? Okay, Ran, I look at the 1 year chart. I look at the 90-day chart. I look at the 30-day chart, and then I look at the seasonality chart. That's it. Okay, FER, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. Tolek, New York, we'll take a look at that tomorrow. LYB, never heard of it. Look at tomorrow. Reckless Town. I guess TikTok is not the primary feed. He's not reading these. No, sorry, Reckless. It's not. I got 9 different platforms that I'm, what do you call that? Broadcasting on. 9. TikTok is just one of them. NR Boots Travel. NSC, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. Token, we'll look at it tomorrow. Starlink, do you recommend it? I haven't never used it, so I don't know. Rick, see you tomorrow. Thank you there, Rick. I'm just going through the last of the questions. I don't want to think anybody, I'm not reading the questions. NSC tomorrow. What happens when you get assigned? Okay. Ooh, Doc, I like Campbell Soup. I do. I do. We'll take a look at it tomorrow, Doc. Don't want to put you out, but I've been here since 8:30. All right? And it's 11:30. That's 3 hours. I think I'm due for a rest. Don't know what you say. History has its eye on you. Yay! But, Doc, yeah, I do like Campbell Soup. Juan, we'll take a look at you tomorrow. Yeah, I get that. Good night, McDevin. All right, what else we got? Left, never heard of it. Tesla, we looked at earlier. What stock beyond Johnson & Johnson? Devlin, thank you for that. Devlin, thank you. Or dollar cost average. That's true. I like that. It is CRM tomorrow. Tomorrow. Thank you there. User 3820546788949. I'm going to call you Chuck. Okay, ESCO wins. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. Eddie, how are you? Bought 5 hogs. Cool beans. Nick, you later. CFEN, good evening. Joe Jose, good evening. Tiny Rhino. ESCO, take a look at it tomorrow. Privilege sold, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. D King. Company has no dividends and less than a year old. Hey, I like that thinking. I wouldn't do it either. AKA Michelle, thanks for the lessons. All righty, Michelle, you have a nice evening. We'll catch you tomorrow. Hopefully, come back tomorrow. We'll do the same thing all over again. LRMFJM, thank you. Michelle, woo, how are you today? Abdu, how are you? Mike Jones, good evening. K-Man, what's going on? Randy, Adam, Ben, what's going on? Edge, Rambling Pinecone. Give your algorithm a name. Ask it a question, then scroll on your video feed and it'll answer you. That doesn't make any sense to me. Now, not that I'm insulting you or anything at all, but I'm not quite sure what it is I'm trying to get from whatever it is you're trying to ask me to do. Okay? You want to talk about it, Rambling Pinecone? Drop me your number. I'll give you a buzz and we can chat. Chat! Andres. Good evening. Nina Gregg Trades. Nina, how are you today? All right. Wendy. TSLY. I like that. We'll look at it tomorrow. CSL. All right. D King. Circl has no dividends. I know that. Why not consider other than that? Okay. There's 10,600. Wait a minute. Hold on. I wrote it down. So I wouldn't forget. 10,688 companies. Okay, 10,688. Which one would you like me to take a look at? Okay, you don't like that one. Which one do you want me to take a look at? What's next? CRM, we do that one. No. What does your profile look like? Lovely. Not as much as I like, but better than most. Bito, we'll take a look at tomorrow. SoFi Tech next time. Portfolio. Yeah, my portfolio looks very lovely. Opinions on IREN. Easy, but after today's dip. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. Dell, love Dell. Bito, opinions on IREN. Got it? What time frame? We already did that question. Questions. What do you get taxed on? 0. 5 whys. Okay, 5 whys. Let's do a quick little tax lesson. Number 1, taxes, or should I say taxes. Some are mandatory, some are voluntary. If you have your account in a trust, you don't have to pay taxes. If you have your account in a foundation, you don't have to pay taxes. If you have an account in a tax preferred, or whatever, you can choose to pay taxes or not pay taxes if you like to. It's up to you. Okay? I get taxed on zip, zero, zilch, nothing. Because my trading is in my corporate account. Profits on a corporation are offset by losses of the corporation. What do I mean by losses of the corporation? Well, if the corporation buys a piece of property and I stay there once in a while, well, that's tax loss for the corporation. If the corporation buys a vehicle, a corporate vehicle, well, that's a tax write-off for the corporation. Paying taxes is strictly voluntary. Some of them you have to pay. Okay? The ones you have to pay are already built into the price. You buy a pack of cigarettes, federal taxes are already there. You go a ride on the highway, you buy gasoline, federal taxes are already there. Okay? You pay a toll on the highway, federal taxes are already there. You buy a gun, you buy alcohol, you buy anything, the taxes are already there. What taxes aren't there are the income taxes. And it depends on how you look at that. Because the federal, wait a second, the Supreme Court said taxes are unconstitutional. Look it up. The federal, Supreme Court ruled income taxes are unconstitutional. So why the hell are you paying them? Now you may say that in 1913, 1916, they passed that stupid law about the IRS and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but they never reversed the ruling from the Supreme Court. So if they don't reverse the ruling, then the ruling still stands. Do you remember Roe v. Wade? Roe v. Wade was a Supreme Court order, and that was the law of the land until they overturned that ruling. They never, ever, 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 ever overturned the ruling that taxes are unconstitutional. Christian, can I mentor you? Sure. Drop me a number. I'll give you a buzz. Let's keep on going. Mr. Bean, how are you? Where? Wise. The gains. Yeah, the gains are, if you want to. Truckerman, what's your opinion on target date funds? Okay, I answered this question like 2 minutes ago. I've been investing for over 30 years. I have no idea what a target date fund is. Okay, it might have a different name. Okay, it might have a different whatever, but I've never actually heard of a target date fund. Drew Patel. Hi, how are you? Matt Ritter, how are you today? Big Chango. How are you, Drupal? Hi. Mike, thank you. Bonnie Agustera, what are the names of the dividends you like? Are you ready? Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders. Those 4 lists right there will give you almost 300 different companies. Oh, went into options, lost 4,000. I have Google and Tesla calls for the next 2 years. Wish me luck. Yay, Vincent. Vincent, I don't know how to answer that question. It wasn't not really a question. It's more of a statement. I'm sorry that you lost $4,000. It's got nothing to do with me. Okay, Google, don't like it. Tesla, don't like it. Reason being, Google only has 2 years of dividends. Tesla has 0. If there are no dividends, I cannot find out when they normally move on a predictable time frame. That's the reason I like dividend stocks. They're predictable and they're consistent. Tuckerman, thank you. Colby Jacobs, Jason Jones, Joe Nemeth. I thought this was Tony Hawk, but now I'm locked in for the money. Joe, thank you very much. It's Don. Don, how are you today? Kat, how you doing? Road BVC, yeah, whatever. SMCI, oh, hell no. Jen, how are you? Can't josh this. Interesting. Cam Krupp. Are dividends a hold for years, then rotate? Can Krupp, it all depends on what your goal is. My goal, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. I take the dividend stocks and I rotate them on a weekly basis depending on the calendar, because the calendar will tell me when the stock is ready to look at. Official J Lens, we prefer you prefer weekly or monthly? Weekly, definitely. Raphael, QQQI, hell no. Rubber Ducky, JP Morgan, look at it tomorrow. Jonathan, good night, sir. Check you tomorrow. Weekly options. Yep. Thank you there, 86. 86 is in the house. 1. Is Johnson & Johnson kind of high in your... Yes, it is. D-Vilt. Garza, how are you? D-Money. How do you manage once it goes against you? D-Money, I do it one step at a time. Okay, I got a couple of questions. 1, what did I buy it for? 2, what option did I sell against it? 3, where is it now? 4, where does it look like it's going next? 5, what should I do? It's really not that difficult, D-Money. Drop me your number. I'll give you a buzz. We'll chat. I promise you I won't try to sell you anything. You had to have been happy with the company to begin with. Okay. Involves weekly options. Great. 2K. All right. We'll check that one out. Could you call me? Could not send you a direct message on TikTok for some reason. You got to send me your number. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. You're on the morning trading group. You can just ask me tomorrow. For those you didn't know, I do have a morning trading group. It is a paid service. And no, I'm not trying to sell you on it. You want to join? Fine. Roll the delta. We know how it works. Yakat Intel. We already looked at it today. Oh. His strategy requires the company to be predictable. Well, okay. It's nice when they're predictable. Pierre, good evening. Ish mi amor, ¿qué pasa? Oh, wait a minute. Ish mi amor. Isn't that French? Bonjour, monsieur. Comment ça va toujours, mon très beau frère? Okay. Jamil, good evening, James. Good evening to you, too. Well, that's it. Done. Awesome. Let's go down to YouTube, see what you guys are doing down here. I didn't forget about you. Okay, now you have my 100% total undivided attention because I answered all the other questions. What do you got down here? Okay. All righty. Alt Street, are you pretty good since April? Solid up growth, but a little too high right now, and they don't do weekly options. Thank you. One thing I didn't have to do. Oh, how about metadata? Okay, now meta is one thing, but metadata, where does that fit into this? Does this instructor have educational material that we can access to learn how to do what he does? Don't have a lot of time to watch video. Actually, I do. I've written 14 books. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but in the bio, that's where all the stuff that I've done. Okay, so we're all adults. We know how it works. If you want to see what I've done or what I do, go to the bio. You're on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff there on YouTube. 1,300 videos. Yeah, I said that right. 1,300 videos on YouTube. Yes, I've been doing this a long time. 1,300 videos worth of a long time. And no, it wasn't, it wasn't, 5, 10, 15, 20 a day. No, it wasn't like that at all. And no, it was not AI either. They were all done manually, one at a time. Yeah, a whole bunch. Yes, I've been doing this since 2011. So yeah, that's a lot of videos. All right, Coco, DM me your number. I'll give you a buzz, and I'll help you out best I possibly can. See if you can get there a lot quicker. Thank you, Up Down Trader. Yep. And tons of videos on YouTube. Yeah. Yep. 10MinuteTrader.com. Thank you. The videos are recorded or watched when you can, or you can just listen to them. Okay. Because all you got to do is just listen for a while, and it's all repetitive. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. That's how freaking boring it is. Do you help beginners? Absolutely. DM me your number. I'll give you a buzz. Okay. Won't try to sell you anything. Just have I love talking to people. I love helping people. Why are you up so late? Eric, I'll get plenty of sleep when I'm dead. The reason I'm up late, Eric, is because people keep asking me questions. And I do not want to be rude thinking that their time is for naught. Is that a good way of putting it? Okay. Let's keep on going. We got a couple more questions to go. Thank you. Sadly, got to go. Meeting chairs. We'll check out the site again. Catch up later. Okay. Take care. Blah, blah, blah. Kind of like riding a bike. Absolutely. Thank you there, Eric. Let's keep on going. Beast with me. Fidelity offers it to their screen look a little different, but it's the same. Yeah, they're all basically the same. They all buy and sell the same stuff. The only reason I like Thinkorswim is it has more perks than the other ones. Now, 15 years ago, I wrote a book about choosing the right trading platform. So you got to figure out what it is you're trying to do, number one. Number two, then put all those answers together, all the questions that you have, and try to find a trading platform that has what you're looking for. Now, out of all the platforms I looked at, only one of them had what is called a trigger trade. Okay, when I first started, the trigger trade was huge. I could buy something and sell something with a trigger, which means, I'll give you a for instance. We'll look at Johnson & Johnson right here. The current price is 204.42. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, Johnson & Johnson's got a $2 dividend come up. So what I would do is I would go in, I would buy it at the market at the open. And as soon as that filled, the trigger trade would trigger the second trade. Whatever it filled at, add the dividend, which is the $2, and then it's a sell, good till close, or good till cancel. So the orders go in by automatically, and then they get filled automatically, and then I get the notification that it got filled. Other than that, I don't have to look at it. So I did all my trading the night before, put all my trades in with the trigger trade. Buy at the market, at the open, whatever the dividend is. Look at the dividend. Right here, Coca-Cola, 51 cents. So I would buy Coca-Cola first thing in the morning at the market open. I don't care what the price was, really don't. Is the stock going up? Is it Coca-Cola? Great, wonderful. I want to buy it. Whatever it fills at, and I don't have to see it. Whatever it fills at, I honestly don't care. The dividend's 51 cents. So I buy it. The trigger trade is sell plus the 51 cents, sell to close, good to cancel. It's a trigger trade. So I buy it first thing in the morning. I don't have to be there. Buy it, it automatically fills, and then it automatically puts the second order in without even looking at what the fill was. Okay, most other companies, they have to wait to see what the fill is. Then you have to go in and manually put, I didn't want to do that. So the trigger trade was the main factor of why I went with Thinkorswim. Now, they didn't come up with some of this cool stuff they have for a little bit later, but that's why I did it. Why not sell secured put, cash secured put? I do sell cash secured puts. But El Gato Blanco, hey, back again, cool. The reason I don't share that online is because it gets confusing for some people. And I have to draw the line somewhere. Okay, see, I know a lot of stuff. I can't be on here all night long sharing everything I know because I'm giving you something for free. Okay, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. Doesn't cost you a thing. Just show up and ask a question. What option strategy again? Covered calls. Simple, safe, predictable. Why not? Let's keep on going down here. What else do we got? Covered calls fall under option trading because you are technically trading options. Yeah. UVB only does monthly options. Yep, don't like it. UVV, that one I like. I don't understand. If you have 100,000 and you buy one of these dividend kings, then sell the call, then by Friday, the stock goes down and keeps going down. Keeps going down. How does the strategy work out 50% a year? Oh, Joel Grayman. Okay. Just for the fun of it, let's go back here. Come on, let's go back here. Let's go right here. All right. Give me a second. I'm about to show you something. Back to my website, the 10MinuteTrader. Now, here, I want to look at the trades for 2025 or the trades for 2024. I got 2 years of trades that I'm showing you for free. So let's go to 2025. Okay, look at all the trades we've done so far this year. All right, before I do, okay, who's this question? Joel Grayman. All right, very top. All right, you ready? Account 1, $151,000. $151,000. That means I'm looking for $1,500. Okay? Account 1, $150,000. 1% is $1,500 a week. Account 2, $143,000. I'm looking for $1,400 a week. Account number 3, $114,000. I'm looking for $1,100 a week. Okay, so let's slide all the way down to the bottom. Now, every single one of these, okay? Week 9, quarter 1, February 21st to February 28th. Okay, remember, account 1, 150 grand. I'm looking for 1,500. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, I bought okay. X just so happens to be U.S. Steel, Harley Davidson, Macy's, Riley. Okay, this is what I bought for. This is the option I sold. That's what I collected. Okay, next one. Okay, the U.S. Steel, Kohl's, Macy's, Ford, Walgreens, Harley Davidson, Kohl's. These are all the little profits. 10 contracts, 40 cents per share. So 40 cents per share, which means 10 contracts times 40. So that's 1,000 shares times 40 cents. That's $400 right there, just that one trade. Second one, Kohl's, 35 contracts at 17. That's 3,500 shares times 17 cents per share. I can't do that one in my head. Clear. 17 cents per share multiplied by 3,500 shares. That's 595. All right. So who's that question again? Who asked that one? Judd Grayman. Okay. So those first 2 trades I showed you, just 2, 400 and 500. That's $900 just on 2 trades. 1 week. That's 1 week on this one account. How much did I make that week for that whole account? Okay. 8,146 for that one. My goal was 1,500. 1%, 1,500. What did I make? I made 8,000 that week. Well, look at this one. Okay, account number 2. Remember, I'm only looking for, what was it, 1,400? Well, I only made 3,500. Okay, what did I do there? Well, let's check it out. Kohl's, 78 contracts. 78 contracts is 7,800 shares at 4 cents a share. I have no idea how much that is. Don't ask. Okay, Riot, 20 contracts. That's only $60. Not a lot. No, wait a minute. 6 times $120. Sorry, $120. Harley Davidson, 30 contracts at 20. That's 3,000 shares times 20 cents. Okay, all these numbers here are all why red and green? Okay, red is when you buy. Sorry, green is when you buy. Red is when you sell. Okay, it's got nothing to do with me. I didn't choose the colors. All right, so account number 2 for week number 9, 3,500. Okay, account number 3, same thing. Okay, what do we have? Macy's, Riot, Advanced Auto Parts, Walgreens, Riley, Riot, U.S. Steel, and Advanced Auto Parts. First one, oh, that sucks. 1, 2, 3 at 51. That's $150. So those 3 times 12 is 36. 4 times 12 that's 48. 8 times 49, 49. That's 200. 36 times 11. That's like $400 or $500. What do we have here? Yeah, okay, 32 times 5, 8 times 12. Okay, you're asking me questions. I'm giving you answers. You don't like the answers. I can't help you. You asked 1% per week. If the stock goes down, I don't really care. Okay, stock goes down. I still own the contracts. I can take that contract. I can sell it every single week. Every single week, I got 3 choices. My three choices are simple. In the money, at the money, out of the money. If I have if I have a contract, if I bought it at $100 and it's now at $50, I still have three contracts. The stock can drop down to $5. I still have three contracts. In the money, at the money, out of the money. Anytime I buy anything, what did I buy it for? What did I sell against it? Where's it at now? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do? Those questions really aren't that difficult. Let me give you a quick example. Whoops. That one. Okay. Dow, right here. Okay, first thing I want to do, right there. Okay. View trade. Right there. What did I buy? 300 shares, $23.58. What did I sell? $23.50. I sold three of them. Where's it at now? It's at 65. What should I do? I should roll it into next week. Pick up a little bit more money. Hold on to it a little longer. Get some more cash flow coming in. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where's it at now? Where's it going? What should I do? Not that difficult. Dow, what did I buy? 300 shares, $23.58. What did I sell? 5 December. That's this Friday. The 23.5. I bought it at $23.58. I'm selling the 23.50s. I got 50 cents. I'm walking away with 42 cents per share. 42 cents per share. Okay? 42 cents per share on 300 shares. I have no idea what it is. I'm getting tired. But it is what it is. It's a numbers game. I got $1,000. My goal is $100,000. It would be, my goal would be 1,000 a week. If I have 150,000, 1,500 a week. That's my goal. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where's it at now? Where's it going? What should I do? They're not that difficult questions. Take a look at another one. Estee Lauder. Woohoo! Estee Lauder. What do I got? 500 shares at 93. Well, this week I sold the 91s. That's not good. That's less. But I still own it. I still control it. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take it like this, and I'm going to go create rolling order. There it is. I'm going to pick up an extra 62 cents a share. 500 shares times 62. What is that? $300. Confirm and send. $303. Just to hold on to it for one more week. That's like, here, hold my beer. I'll be right back. Don't do anything. That's all it is. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where's it at now? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do next? Okay, my 9-year-old daughter got it 15 minutes. And she not a Mensa student. I don't know if any of you guys know what that means. Let's get back to where we were. Okay, next. Oh, I'm going to finish up with these questions. Is U.S. Steel a monthly now? I don't think so. Because U.S. Steel got bought out. It's a monthly now. Yeah, you're right. Who came up with that? Mike Sweeney. Thanks, Mike. Why am I up so late? That's funny. Okay, we're almost done. Buy stocks, help people. Okay, that's a good question. That's why we look at history of stocks. Okay, and you never want to put anything into one anyway. Okay, Beast. When the stock drops, you have to pay attention to your strike price, keep an eye on it, blah, blah, blah. You might have to roll it. Okay, we just talked about that. But you never let the stock go for oh my God, that's something that I would have said. I would have said the same thing. Nicely going there, dude. Nice going, Beast. Collect the premiums every week. Every single position I have gives me something every week. Now, some give me more than others because you're not going to make a full 1% on every single position every single week. So this account here, remember I told you we're looking at, what was it? 150, that's 1,500. Okay, so look at all the positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 positions. So I get 1% or more on half of them, 1% or less on the other half, on some, and more than 2 or 3% on the others. It all averages out to over 1% per week. Look at them all. All of those, there's the profits right there. What else do we got? Your goal is 1% a week. For instance, this week I averaged 3.7. Cool. I can afford a week or two at 0.5% and still be over 1%. Exactly. Beast, didn't I just say that? I did. But thank you for putting it in there. Thank you. Per week for a year on average. That works for me. Paper trade for a few weeks to get the hang of it. That's what I tell everyone. Thank you, Joey. Most all brokers have paper trading. Most of them do. Good point, Joey. That's exactly how I started with paper trading on Thinkorswim to learn the process. Outstanding. Ooh, low battery. That's not good. Next, let's keep on going. I finally got out of the 2 contracts of the Qs and sold them off and freed up some nice capital. I wouldn't have done the Qs in the first place, but okay, good going. Nice. Curtis, what about TNC? I have no idea. Take a look at it next time. Okay, not and technically because the time decay, but you still can do it if you like, if it works, blah, blah. Okay, fine, cool. And Curtis, if you don't get called out and then you're stuck for the monthly, yeah, I hate monthlies. I do. Yes, you might be stuck as they are holding the stock and doesn't not close on stock price, blah, 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 next 2 weeks a month. Okay, yep, I agree with that one too. Phil Collins, my Roth is growing pretty good. I wish I had some sense when I was younger. Yeah, so do I. Been there, done that. Secretariat, dude, haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Keep going. And looking at TMC, liquidity might be because you look at the option chain, there's hardly any money out at the strike price. Yep, I wouldn't do it then. Me too, doing this in my Roth, taking off unbelievably. Cool beans, guys. Gotta love it. I'd like to chat with you guys. You want to drop me your number? Yep, I'd find a different stock. You could always try. Try to at least have a decent premiums, 4 or 5 strikes out of the money. I couldn't agree more. You guys are freaking awesome. Way to go. Play Beast. I've been using Google Gemini and putting in criteria. I'm getting some decent one. Look at cool beans. What do you mean never sell at a loss? Uh-oh. Do I really need to explain never sell at a loss? If I bought IBM at $100, I would never, ever, ever, ever sell it for less than $100. Never sell at a loss. If I bought Ford at 14, I wouldn't sell it at 13. I wouldn't sell it at 12. I wouldn't sell it at 10. I wouldn't even sell it at 3. Because when you buy a stock and you buy enough of them, increments of 100, you own a contract. You can sell that contract every single week. The stock goes up, great. Stock goes down, okay. But if you own a contract, you have the right in the money, at the money, out of the money. As long as you own a contract, it doesn't matter what you paid for it. You paid 22 or you paid 10. Paid 10, you paid 22, doesn't matter. One contract is one contract. 5 contracts is 5 contracts. In the money, at the money, out of the money. You need to decide what is the safest for you to do. That's it. Holy shit, it's almost 12 o'clock. All right. Ebola. If you bought the stock at 20, you would never sell it for less than what you assigned under 20. I'm going to agree with you. Iboka, if you're selling options, a stock and the stock goes down, then you just hold until it goes back up. Yep, agree. When my holdings are way down, I sell typically at 10 delta, the weeklies. Ooh, that's a good idea too. I like the deltas. That's using. Now I normally don't use the deltas. I just use what makes sense. Using the delta. If that works for you. Okay, thank you both. This assumes no leverage. Correct. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing leverage until you're really good at what you're doing. Seriously. Once you leverage something, you're spending someone else's money. Okay, so don't spend someone else's money until you're really good at it. Correct. No leverage. You buy at least 100 shares. Okay. Target. Ooh, I like Target, Mike. And you pay the price, blah, blah, blah. I definitely use margin, but I'm careful not to over leverage. Awesome idea. Got it up and down. Awesome. Look at this. Okay, up and down trade. This is awesome. No crap whatsoever. It's all good content. Thank you. Your supporter, Mr. Unemployed, just joined. Don't forget to give a warm welcome. Yay, Mr. Unemployed. How are you today? I'm just getting ready to leave, dude. All right. I think it's okay to use long, but blah, blah, blah. Okay. Google, Gemini. Yep. Good stuff. Beast. Mike, what's up? Okay. What am I watching? Late to the show. Yep, you are. How to trade covered calls. Beast, I just put in some info into Google Gemini right now, analyzing, creating. Okay. All right. Got it. I'm going to have to try it. The free AI tool. Yep. Yes, to agree, but I just got to deal with the offer me the Gemini Pro, and it goes into deeper research, but you can certainly try it and it will give you something. Mr. Unemployed, thank you for that, dude. All righty. Thank you there, Mr. Unemployed. Okay, what else do we have here? Hi. Give it a try. Appreciate you. Jack, nice since there's no nonsense. Yeah, it's awesome since there's no nonsense. Okay, what else do we got? Yep, good job. Yep, try Joey. Yep, sorry if I didn't answer right away. I'm messing with Google Gemini. We can just copy your trades. Yeah, cheating, but that works. By the way, Beast, you want to play with it and ask blah, blah, blah. Technically, yeah. Got it. Great. This is just you two talking back and forth. All right. Wow. Oh, no, I'm not going to read all those. Holy shit. It goes on forever. Yeah. I can't listen right now to the left. The display is mirrored. Yeah. Can you flop the mirror monitor? Yes, I can. You ready? Somebody wants me to flop the monitor. There we go. How's that? That's flopping the monitor. Doesn't work that way. Okay, YouTube, for some strange reason, has it this way. Sorry. Yeah, Mr. Unemployed thinks that's funny. All right, so I answered every single question except for some of you guys on YouTube. That's way too many questions for me to go into. You guys have a great night, and we'll do this all again tomorrow. All righty. Have a great night, everyone. Because the sun will come out tomorrow. Wipe away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. Just thinking about tomorrow. All right. You guys have a great night. See you guys tomorrow. And now.